Chappy, thank you so much for a tier 1. Sorry guys, I'm just munching on a carrot right now. I don't know why. I was craving something crunchy, but I don't want chips. Because I don't know, I think it's the heat or something lately. My skin has just been like oily and breaking out lately. So I'm trying to avoid anything greasy. Commence the sus jokes about the carrot. Oh my god, you guys. Also, Chappy, thank you guys again so much for the 11 months. Carrot with ranch or just a straight, plain old Jane carrot, you know? But how are you guys doing today? Event Horizon, you guys said you wanted to see it, so I made sure to put it on my desk today. You guys made me want to put it on the desk again. So nice. See, Adam, too many wows. You got to mix in other words, or else the wows don't work. But I'll try my best, Adam. Oh my god, my music! Sorry, guys. Why is always that music on? I'm sorry for blasting everyone's eardrums. I'm sorry I'm late, Alex. There we go. Now it pauses. DMC. I know. Hopefully that 2 seconds didn't do anything. But Adam, here, I'll try my best. Wow, wowie, wowzers. Wow, 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 wow. I thought maybe the worst, maybe the wowie and wowzers help. No, usually you got to mix it up with like actual sentences, you know? Can you bring your Event Horizon to the NK meetup? Okay, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. If I'm traveling to West Virginia again, last time I got pulled aside for bringing a camera clip. So I really don't think I'm going to bring a keyboard. It just didn't work so well last time. So also this is like extra bad on stream. Jesus. It really didn't work too well. I'll see how I feel, to be honest, Lego. Maybe I don't bring keycaps and I just bring the keyboard and I'll put keycaps there. So what's up, Dong? What's up, Yapper? How you guys doing? What's up, Megan, Yoshi, Ryan, Mofo Cat, Lego, Skullhead, Chappy? Chappy, welcome back, by the way, buddy. How you been? Sorry if I'm late. No, Jonathan, we just started. Don't punish me, huh? What? Physical altercation? No, that's a pimple. That's a straight pimple, Lean. That's my skin breaking out. I also, oddly enough, I hate this one here. Let me tell you guys about this. There's one right here. You guys can't see it, maybe a little bit. And that one there is actually the most painful. I think you know what it was? I think we had popcorn the other day and I put a little bit of extra butter. And dude, I'm gonna be honest, I think that's what did it in for me, dude. Mosquito bites? Yeah, let's call it a mosquito bite. Sorry, daddy, huh? Pimple patches? I had one last night, man, didn't work. Dane, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate you for 14 months.
Bocky want boing boing.
Why did it say it like that? Why did it say it like that, dude? Oh my god. Dirty, what's up, man? How you doing, Gingy? Did someone say daddy? Oh my god. I saw you're gonna do a build room for the Bakaneko Go. So nice. Weird thing about that is, okay, I might need to follow up with Canon Keys on that. So they said that delivered a few days ago, and I went to check 2 days ago and nothing was there. So I gotta like double check with them to make sure it actually delivered. I have no idea what's going on with it though. So we'll see when I eat oily stuff. Yeah, for me, it's, I'm usually pretty good. I will be honest. Usually my skin is like decent. 2 reasons. This does not help right now. So having the beard, this I hate. And then honestly, I've been trying to style my hair a little different, which requires it to be a little bit more naturally oily. And I feel like that's what caused a few on my scalp. So I just think that is not the way to go anymore. So Plips, thank you so much for 18 months.
What did Dane say?
He said, let me see if I can replicate this. By the way, everyone wish Dane a happy birthday. Bucky, you want boing boing. That's what he said. Everyone wish Dane a happy birthday. Yes, Kenny. Everyone do. Gotta go bald? Nah, dude. Nah, no way, no way. Trank, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And happy birthday, Dane. Seriously. I hate the feeling of oily hair. It takes a certain amount of, like, hair to bother me. But, yeah, like, sometimes it does happen, you know. You better have a happy birthday. I will send you a ketchup cake. God damn. This man really just threatened him with a ketchup cake. Sad news. I don't know where the... Oh, just hit my camera. Sorry. I don't know where this is. I don't know the remote is for it. So, I've been trying to look for it for the last like 20 minutes and I just cannot find it. I have all my other remotes sitting on the side of my desk for all the little lights. I took it. Adam, when were you in here? God damn, man pointing at air. Oh, the little keyboard keycap thing on the wall. So I don't know where the hell that went. Good evening. What's up, Hero Harmony? How you doing? I was watching your coverage of Anime North. What's up, man? Your hair needs to have some oil. That's why you produce it. Yeah, you need to have a little bit, or else it gets like all fucky wucky. It's all right. We don't need something to distract us from your beautiful face. Intense. Thank you, bro. Time to send my duality. Thanks for dropping by. I love keyboards too. Do you? Actually? Yeah, I was gonna go to Anime North, but honestly, I was just way too much stuff going on the weekend. So I was like at one point religiously going like every year, and then honestly, Anime North. I don't know how you guys feel about conventions lately, like all over the world. Conventions lately, like they try to jam way too many people into one small area now. And like high key, last year wasn't super bad, but the last time I went prior to last year, I just did not enjoy it, man. It was just way too many people. Like I could not navigate, bro. So I'm a newbie, but I use Jim K Pro. Hey, no worries, man, to make myself a Homeworld 2 themed keyboard. I would love to see that. I thought that said go home. I was like, Frisch, what the fuck? I am home. What's up, Frisch? Thank you so much for 18 months. It's been like that since AX 2018. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't really enjoy it. There was the worst year I've ever had when I was doing my Anime North thing. This is I think even 2 years before COVID. This is what made me really reconsider going. Dude, I went in and it was first thing in the morning, and I had the 3-day thing, and so I went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Every day it was shoulder to shoulder. And there wasn't many events, like there wasn't many panels that I was interested in. There wasn't like events going on. It was really just shops selling things. And I was like, why am I spending $60, $70 to go to shops to buy things when all of these vendors have online stores? And then it really just made me think like, fuck man, do I really, really want to spend this money anymore? And then I've been very hesitant to go, so I ordered your collab stitches. Hell yeah, Stack. I hope you end up liking them a lot. Tons of people tell me you don't need to lube them, but I wholeheartedly disagree. But AX foot traffic is bad, man. I stopped going anymore. It's so bad, dude. I went to one Anime North and it was kind of fun. Like, I still enjoy it, but I get what you're saying, though. You didn't go to any panels this year either. I saw that you were... I mean, it didn't look so bad on Sunday, Hero, but I don't know if the rest of the... Like, I don't know if you went Friday and Saturday. I don't know if it was, like, super packed. Last year, I think, was it for me. I think this year I was only going to go if I had time. That was it. Traffic leaving Anime North is closing is so bad. I never leave it closing. I leave it, like, 4 o'clock. Alexotos Con? Okay, please, Adam. How about Adam Con? How about that? At what point would you say someone has too many keyboards? I don't think that's a fair question. I don't know, maybe like 100. I think, okay, here's my actual answer to this. Realistic, not troll answer. You have too many of anything when it becomes a space issue, okay? Dude, you could live in probably, like, I don't know, maybe, let's just say this, right? I could say 100, but then maybe some person in this chat, or I don't know, maybe some person in the fucking hobby has like, I don't know, 15,000 square foot home, some crazy mansion. Is 100 really a lot then? But if your like walls are built out of the keyboards and you're like struggling to move, you know what I'm saying? Like, then maybe it's a problem. I think it's just with anything, you know? Don't listen to him, just build your furniture out of keyboards, problem solved. But yeah, the Bakanoko Go I will be taking a look at. Also, little heads up, guys, I may disappear for like 15 minutes sometime during the stream. We're doing 2 builds today, so it is going to be a very long stream. But I'm waiting for a call back on something, so I may disappear for like 15 minutes. Okay? Noir N1 is couch cushions. Dude, I'm so fucking pumped for that. I'm so pumped for the Noland. The Noland N1 is going to be so cool. Alright, so I don't know what we should do first. I'm thinking we do the other Alps PCB to start on the Caerdroia. I'm still pronouncing that wrong. maybe we start with that and then we move into the other board. The other board is an interesting one. So, Yapper, thank you so much for the tier 1. It was sent to me by KVD fans. It's not going to be a sponsored stream. We're also giving it away. So I'm going to be honest, guys. The other one is an interesting concept, and it's very visually me. Like, I think I hope I'm pronouncing this right too, the Pavlov. It's very visually, I'm interested in it. So we'll see. Caerdroia is how I see it. I know I'm pronouncing that thing wrong, dude. Let's start with this PCB and plate. I actually went and flattened this because it, had the issue. Moon Tower giveaway? Huh? Excuse me? Also, Yapper, thank you again for that tier 1, man. I appreciate it. These nuts. Goddamn, dude. Goddamn. Also, I had someone very aggressive email me today. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys what they said. I don't know if it was a troll, but it's kind of funny. So I'm gonna tell you guys a summary of this 3-paragraph long thing. It was just so the record, it wasn't anger directed at me, but it was a question, but it was a very angry question. The person also spammed I don't know if it's the same person though. They also spammed a whole bunch of comments. I'm assuming it is because the username is very close on my YouTube, asking the same thing. But they said, how come, to sum it up, how come all people all online who post desk setups own IKEA setups or own flexi spot desks? And then he went on to be very specific about accessories from Grove Made and stuff. And then he's like, and how come everyone has a Mode keyboard? And then this is where it got weird. If he just asked me that, I would have been like, whatever, man. Who gives a shit? But then he's just like, my thought is a conspiracy. And I'm like, where is this post going? I feel like I should screenshot this. But he's like, my thought is a paid conspiracy, and I'm on the other end of it, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, bro, this is some lore. And his thought process is Mode, specifically Mode, paid everyone who owns all of these flexi spot desks and everything to use Mode keyboards. And he said it has to be a troll, but it was so funny. It's so Mode paid them all alongside of Keychron. Keychron apparently paid them all too. And everyone who's posted a photo ever using their keyboards has been, I've heard this conspiracy. I'm not kidding, Alex. For real? Yeah, but it was just this whole thing. And I'm just reading this thing what the fuck, dude? But it was 3 paragraphs long. I should show you guys. I'll take a screenshot later. And it was wild to me, man. Obviously, I'm not responding to that. That's too wild. All right, we're going to start doing our Alp stuff here. It was too crazy. He self-reported himself. But he wasn't mad. He wasn't angry at me. He was just maybe you can give me the answer. And I'm just what is this? This is absolutely hilarious. Where does the conspiracy theory even come from? I don't know, man. Also, let me tell you guys about some other stuff today, and then I'm gonna ask you guys about you. Okay, I gotta tell you guys one more thing. Very proud of this. So they had some ribs on sale, and I get ribs sometimes when they're on sale. I'm talking these ones here were $2.99 a pound, and that's the only time I've only ever bought full price ribs once, from an actual butcher shop, and they were delicious. But I usually just get them when they're cheap. Ribs are really expensive, yeah, but luckily, $2.99 a pound, the whole rack was about $11-12. And then if you want, I got the St. Louis style one, and then they even had a better discount on what's it called? The baby back ribs, where it was $15 and you get 2 whole racks. It was 5-6 pounds of ribs. And anyways, I got these ones here today, and I tried doing a different rub. I've been trying to basically do different recipes when it comes to this stuff. And I've been, honestly, I've been kind of failing at them. I've never made ribs before. I've only started doing them the last, I don't know, month and a half, 2 months. Yeah, when you can get them on sale, dude, ribs are an actual sick meal. I can't eat a whole rack of ribs, so we split them, but dude, today I actually think I did it right. I'm gonna change one thing going forward. And I'm not using a barbecue, so I have to use an oven. We don't have a barbecue. But I'm pretty proud today, man. I was pretty proud of my creation today. Yeah, that's kind of how we've been operating. Whatever's on sale's our dinner. It's too difficult doing it the other way around. Sometimes you treat yourself, but only sometimes. I'm on sale, huh? But yeah, how are you guys doing today? It's a Monday, but I know a lot of people apparently had today off. I didn't even know it was a holiday today, or else I probably wouldn't have booked a stream. But dude, Gingy, I saw that. But you will curse your house to smell delicious. I saw that people were doing that. We don't have, like, our vent hood here sucks. So just so you guys know too, like, we're in a condo, we're renting. I don't know what brand we got for all these appliances that came with it, but they all, even the oven to a certain degree, like, everything kind of blows, bro. Like, everything sucks. So, and it's not even a good way that the vent hood sucks, you know what I'm saying? Because it's supposed to suck, but it just doesn't do well, you know? Oh yeah, I'm lucky that we even have a small one, but honestly we kind of stopped using it because it was actually pushing air, and I cleaned it and everything too, so it's weird. I'll tell you that much. All right, let's start lubing these bad boys. I'm so tired today. I had 3 weddings in a row, like back to back to back days, or do you mean like week to week to week? I lubed at Alexotos Obscuras last night, took 3.5 hours. I didn't like them stock. Dang, I appreciate that you didn't like them stock either. I'm not opposed to them stock, but like I don't get the hype behind them stock. I think they sound okay. But do you like them now though? Hello chat, just set up my new drawing tablet so I get to mess around with it while we watch the stream. Akari, hell yeah. Which brand did you end up getting? Oh, there it is. Someone asked. XP Pen Artist 13. I haven't heard of that one there. Yo, Death, what's up, dude? Captain. Thank you, Captain May.
Hi.
Or Captain Mal.
Hope your day is going good.
Captain, I'm doing pretty good today. I'm gonna be honest. Let me vent to you guys about one little small thing. I didn't know today was an American holiday. So I was actually waiting on a lot of responses back from people. Let's start living things. And I was like, why is nobody responding to me today? And then lo and behold, it's because no one's home today in the States, because that's the primary place I was messaging. So wish I knew, but I didn't, so it's okay. What's the holiday you guys have in the States again? My apartment sucks too. If I turn a light switch off, one of my outlets stops working. Ours does that too, Yapper. If we turn one of the, actually some of our outlets just stopped working entirely. And it's like a newer-ish place, you know? Memorial Day? Oh, that's what it was today. Yeah, pretty crazy. I was waiting for some response and where is everybody? Makes sense though. Makes sense. Compliment for Gakachino. I need to think of a good one. Hey, Gakachino, if you were a cappuccino, because I'm playing on your name here, let me tell you, you'd be. Actually, that's kind of a lame one. Hold on, I was gonna say, never mind. That's a lame one. Let me think of a better one. Give me 5 minutes, Gakachino. All right, give me 5 seconds. 5 minutes. Straight dono wall at work today. Yeah, honestly, today was dono walls at work. Currently on the way to work, gonna listen to your stream while driving. Nothing like keyboard typing ASMR to start the morning. Let's go. I wish I could start the morning with more keyboard streams. Sadly, there's not as many keyboard streamers in the day. But you know what there's a lot of? Love for Gakachino, dude. I hope you're having a great day, Gakachino, okay? Hope Monday has been great to you. And I hope the rest of your week goes absolutely fan-freaking-tastic, dude. We love you here, bro. All right, Tim. Tim's just sus all the time. No stopping that guy ever. It doesn't shut off. Jeez, dude. Be the change you want to see in the world, Alex. Start streaming at 6. Fuck. Dude. Last night, I was... Oh, wow. The sun's so pretty right now. Dude, last night, I was just not... I don't know why. You know when you should go to bed, but you're just not feeling like sleeping? dude, last night, I was doing that thing where I'm sitting in bed and like, you know when you're just fighting sleep by just being on your phone? I forget, there's like a word for it, like a whole thing that you do. Like, I forgot the actual thing, but I was like, fuck it, I don't want to sleep. Like, I worked all day, like, or I not worked, I'm like, I work all day usually. Like, Sunday was nice, like, I only worked part of the day. I'm like, I'm just gonna chill. And then, man, next thing I knew, it was like 2 a.m. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm still not gonna sleep. 4:10, and then I had to put my phone down. I'm like, shit, like, that's crazy to me. It was bad though, man. I felt that last night. I got 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just could not put I was just like, fuck it. Could not fall asleep. I don't know what it was. Just did not want, like, I felt guilty going to bed. I'm like, man, I didn't finish my day. You know, like, my day's not done yet. I sacrificed my sleep schedule to have an extra free time at night. Dude, there's a word for it. I forget what it's actually called. But yeah, I do that so often. Although, I'm going to stop doing that now. Like, today I feel like I kind of got away with it because my sleep schedule has been okay outside of it. But I know if I do this for another night, I am dead tomorrow. Like, I am, like, so sleepy. Like, I am not work. Like, I will not work. Like, it's going to be bad. Did it 4 years ago. I've never been the same since. Oh, just, like, I guess, just hating yourself and not sleeping. Currently reading the 48 Laws of Power. How's that? Is it good, Zany? Yeah. Reverse bedtime procrastination. Revenge bedtime procrastination. That's what it's called, MofoCat. Yes. I have a book. I have 2 books I want to read. They're actually sitting right here. I have 2 books. One's really a photo book, but it's a photographer. Someone gifted me. Lego, I've heard, I don't know. Okay, has anyone here played X Defiant? Because I'm hearing such mixed things, but I have a friend group that has been like playing the absolute ever-living shit of that game. So I'm considering playing it, and I'm going to be honest, I think I'm a little burnt out on, what's it called? Helldivers. Helldivers is starting to feel like a little bit repetitive, so it's like Call of Duty. If you like Call of Duty, then you like it. I find Call of Duty to be okay. I played it. It seems really boring. Not much combat. Also, really fast combat. Oh, really? Been playing it. The matchmaking's better. No skill-based matchmaking. Oh, so I mean I won't face sweaties for the entire time that I'm playing? Or I will face sweaties? Or I have a chance to have a mix of it all? Alex, this is the textbook definition of sexy. What is? Not me. It's 50-50. X Defiant's free. Only thing it'll cost you is time and hard drive space. True, I guess. Pretty Calamity, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate you for 36 months. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I love ya. It's literally a coin toss who you face. I guess my thing with that is, what happens when all the people who get are like, you know, okay, what happens when, oh god, my throat. What happens when all the people who kind of like are meh with the game quit and it's just sweaties? Then am I just forced to play with sweaties? That's why I kind of fear not having skill-based matchmaking. There'll be ranked too. Interesting. For the Giga Sweats. That's like Titanfall 2. The Titanfall 2, the TF2 effect. I don't remember Titanfall towards the end. How was that? Self-help book that explains power dynamics at play in interpersonal relationships and offers advice on how to manage them. For its manipulation techniques. Ah, interesting. Something to consider reading, I guess. I have a few books that people have really recommended me, and I just need to start reading. Beautiful. You guys want one more? Here. It's such a good sound. It's also the sub sound too, so. But it's a great book, not gonna lie. Read it for the right reasons. Well, luckily I don't care much for manipulating people, so. Butter, what's up? I'm a big Apex player, and I played Titanfall just to visit the roots. Wait, so what happened with Titanfall? Like, what was that about? Sorry, I missed it. Have I watched Amazon? Have I watched Fallout Sierras on Amazon yet? Absolutely. Dude, that had to be one of the better shows on TV recently. I was hooked the entire time. I thought, honestly, it was going to be terrible, dude. I thought it was going to be bad. I don't know why. I think I went in with absolutely zero expectations, and I came out very happy. Successfully mil-maxed a PCB. Dude, I'm so proud of you, man. Silan, was it hard? Also, what sockets did you use? My older brother really loves his Chamberlain coffee. I'm going to stick with locally produced beans. Yeah, that's what I've been doing too. I've just been doing stuff like within Toronto. Sometimes people send me stuff, which I'm super grateful for, but it's really expensive to import all that stuff here. So what I usually do is I'll just go to like a local place that I've been enjoying. I think my favorite place right now, there is a place in the St. Lawrence Market called Everyday Gourmet for anyone living in Toronto. And it's a bit out of the way, I think, for a lot of people. But they have a lot of in-house stuff there, and it's all very good. Subtext, I've tried a lot of them. Elquan Subtext I've tried a few different ones. Honestly, Elquan, the hype behind some of the beans here, I'm not like too keen on, bro. I'm not too, like, everything is just very acidic-y and like very fruity tasting. So Tim Hortons is IMO absolute trash. I actually had my first drink from Tim Hortons like a few months ago. And it was, God, it was like, first of all, too expensive. Someone just put in a build request. I will get to that later. I'm a little bit slow with emails today. I've been kind of head down taking photos, and I also cleaned a shit ton today as well. So same people made Titanfall made Apex, and about a year ago they started updating Titanfall 2 out of nowhere. Teasing Titanfall 3 a year later, nothing happened. It's been radio silent. They wanted to initially do a single player spin-off of Apex where you can follow the stories of the legends, also got canceled. A bit sad they didn't do that. I would have played the shit out of that. I think the character lore could have been really fun, but isn't Slowpour in Canada? Slowpour? I'm not too sure. I haven't tried them. Tim Hortons coffee is something you drink on a road trip. I don't even know how to word this nicely. Dude, Tim Hortons, okay, for me, I don't mean to bash on Tim Hortons, okay? But I will. Tim Hortons really started to go downhill for me when their donuts shrank. Hear me out, all right? Again, this is a very Canadian topic. Back in the day, when you used to buy donuts, they'd give you like your little whatever, the box, and you'd order a dozen, and they'd always have to give you like a baggie to fit the extra ones. You can only ever fit like 11 or 10 in there. The moment they started giving you the box and you can shake it around, the donuts would slide all over the place, was the moment everything went to shit. Everything started getting like smaller, more expensive. Obviously shrinkflation, I know it's everywhere, but it is like so bad tasting. Like everything is super bad from them. I remember too, like when I was working at my product photography job, whenever we'd go on like little excursions to different places, take pictures, the guy I was with loved Tim Hortons, and we were kind of forced to eat it all the time and drink it all the time just because like they liked it. And I remember one time I ordered one of their sandwiches, and it was just so bad. The only thing I would ever order from Tim Hortons to this day, and honestly it's not that good even, is the bagels. Like, and even those are just okay. Yeah, I don't know. Not really my thing. Like, I think most of the stuff there is just expensive and it sucks. Like, I'd rather just make it at home and just put it in like one of those like tins and just bring it around with me, you know? Isn't this stream? Thank you, Disguised. Appreciate you, man. I'm never going to get over how nice that keyboard looks. I'm so in love with this as well. It's so fucking nice, dude. Let's dielectric grease this bad boy up. Like I said, guys, today is a 2-part stream. So I'm going to be doing the additional PCB for this. And then we'll do the main board afterwards. So I hope you guys enjoy the longer stream today. I live in LA, but go to Toronto somewhat regularly for business, and my buddy from Hamilton told me I had to go to Tim Hortons. convinced he was trolling me. Bro, there's no way he's being serious. If he is, I mean, maybe his area makes good coffee or something, but is trash everywhere else. They sold their, as far as I know, I believe Tim Hortons actually sold their beans or sold their roasting method or something to another company. I think it was actually McDonald's. So,
hey Alex, for my birthday I got the mode loop and I did the same build as you. I posted a video and I was wondering if you could check it out sometime.
Monkey, DM me on Discord and I'll check it out. Tonight, well, probably tomorrow morning, I am going to go through all my Discord messages. I think I got like 6 or 7 left. I've been trying to get through them all today. I don't know how this happened, but I've been kind of neglecting DMs. And then I'm also going to get through all my emails. So, dude, 100% I'm going to check that out, Monkey. 100%. They changed their beans. McDonald's bought their old ones. That's what it was. Yeah, sorry. They didn't sell it, but they got rid of it. DM for Alex for Mayhem. Don't actually. Oh my god, please. It's been a lot of companies messaging me that are not even in keyboards, and it always says something like this. It's always like, "Hey, we really love your Instagram posts. We think it's going to be great for our product." And then I read it because maybe it is something, interesting. And then it's some dumb thing like, "We have this great mobile game. It's called, I don't know, pens versus pencil cases. We think you should check it out. Your stream's going to love it." I'm like, bro, my stream won't give a flying fuck. Like, what are you talking about? And it's just like, "We think it'll fit in perfectly with your content." I'm like, okay. Dude, okay. So it's like a fun mobile game. Any dude wipe commercial? I don't know. It's crazy, dude. Dude, I love pens versus pencil cases. Chaffee. I get that so often where it's just some random spam message. Control C. It is that. Dude, you know what happens a lot too? The most hilarious part? I'm sure anyone who does any sort of content gets this often. I'm smaller, obviously, so like I don't get it as often, but sometimes they put the wrong name because they're copying and pasting so fast. And then they'll always send me a follow-up email being like, "Sorry, your name is actually Alex, not whatever they put, like not Excalibur 1224, So it's always funny when they do that too, because it just shows they just don't give a shit. Have you got any emails to advertise anything stupid like lighter cases or plant pots? There's a Rama company that makes some cool ones. Yeah. It's some people in the space that make those things. I get you, dude. I get you. No, that's pretty good. Oh, man. Time 65 looks so cool, but I wish the weight wasn't hidden on the bottom. Yeah, that's kind of my gripe with that keyboard too, right? It's like, it's so cool looking, and then they put all the fun stuff on the bottom. So I get you there. Although I still think it's a nice keyboard, just maybe not for everyone. I think that's going to be for someone who specifically wants a clock keyboard. Dude, this is really nice, actually. I'm retiring this mouse as of tomorrow. This morning, oh my god, let me tell you guys, I could not even turn this thing on. It just kept disconnecting. The Bluetooth wasn't working on it. And I was looking it up, and apparently it's like a relatively common thing where like the Bluetooth just freaks out, or the wireless portion freaks out. So, JN, thank you so much for the gifted sub.
Well, 458
Thank
gifted
you.
a tier 1 sub to Dodo Lou.
Thank you so much. Rip mouse? Yeah, it's been kind of annoying. What mouse are you gonna go with? I'm just gonna go with one of those like vertical mice, I think that's the one I'm gonna stick with. You're finally getting a new Final mouse? No more Final. I had the one, and then Reagan gave me his old one, and unfortunately both died. Like, they were both the Cape Town versions, and they both died. Like, both of them. It wasn't one got old or one, like within like 6 months of using them. And I'm not a heavy user like of my gaming mice. Like, I just normally use them. But yeah, crazy that they both died, dude. I was pretty thoroughly disappointed, dude. Dude, Sickers, let me tell you, bro, you read my mind. I saw that and I was like, this is fucking sick. Then I saw the price tag and I was like, I don't think I need this right now. it's kind of expensive. I think I asked some people in Discord what they thought, and everyone's like, oh yeah, it's like the new Final Mouse. Like a better brand, but dude, I don't think I can justify the price tag personally. I've heard good things. I ended up doing a little bit of research, but well, we're actually doing a continuation of the stream from the other day, or I guess yesterday. I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't have enough time yesterday to do it. I didn't know there was 2 PCBs. I think I just misread the client's, lovely client by the way, misread their request, so I ended up thinking we only had to do 1 PCB. But to my surprise, there was 2. I knew I had to do 2 keyboards for them, but not 2 PCBs. But it's okay. I love doing this stuff. Who's your favorite client? I don't think I have a favorite. I like everyone. I actually think I've only ever had... Oops. Oh, this is split, so actually we shouldn't put this here. I actually think I haven't had one single client where I consider them like a super bad client or anything. Everyone's been like phenomenal to work with. I've definitely had some people that maybe are a little bit like, they didn't realize things. Like I've had clients not realize that, some clients that don't realize that like they just have to send things. Like I remember one person thought that I would order the switches. It's not the end of the world, but Twister, who's your least favorite client? Can I even make a Tim joke? Because Tim's never asked me to build him a keyboard. So, I don't think I have one, guys. Honestly, like I'm not just doing this to be a cop-out. I don't think I have one. Everyone's been a joy to work with. And I hope everyone can say the same thing about me. Adam won a board, he can be a client. Technically, yes. But you know what? Adam's not the worst client. Oh, actually, I shipped his board out yesterday. I need to give him the tracking code still. Whoopsie. For some reason, it won't let me DM you, so I'm going to post it. Really? My DMs are open, though. That's weird. What makes this board special? The one that I'm building for this client? It's an Alps board. I wouldn't consider it like super special, but it is quite nice. Keeping my address in his books. Yeah, I guess for next giveaway, right? Oh, how do you guys feel about this? Okay, question. This involves everyone here. So, I'm thinking we do a bit of a spin for the next big, like, 15 keyboard giveaway. So, I'm thinking about running it second week of August.
Alexotos amazing.
Finesto, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate it, dude. It'll be second week of August. I was going to do July, but July looks like it's going to be a crazy month with some other like meetups and stuff like that. So like, I'm going to pass on doing July. I'm thinking like second week of August, give everyone enough time. And I'm thinking there's going to be a sub competition. And I don't mean sub as in subscriber. I mean sub as in like another level of competition. On top of the normal giveaways we'll do for like a subathon type thing. I'm thinking maybe we do like a photo contest. And then I can review them on stream. And then we can kind of have them in like a, not a tier list per se, but, and then we have a special board just for that person. So nice.
Hi Alex, how are you today? Looking
up,
well as always, brother, smile.
Me? I'm looking well. Dude, I appreciate that, man. How are you? Well, it can be either keyboard photography or anything like that. And I'm not going to judge based off of like professionalism of your like your quality of your sharpness, nothing like that. It's going to be basically a theme, and whoever can basically have like the nicest theme, it's not going to be based on lighting. It might help a bit, but like whoever at the end of the day will have the best theme and the best idea will probably win. I've been dabbling with this for a little while, but I think it'd be like a fun little community thing. But that's gonna be my kind of my idea. What is the best color theory? Won't be me, unfortunately. According to YouTube, I have the worst. It won't be subs only, no. It'll be everyone. Everyone can enter. But yeah, that's my thought process there. And then I verbal, just so you know, and I never make anyone do anything like that. Like, for obvious, there's like legal reasons, and then also I don't want to ever gatekeep anyone, because some people like legitimately, I mean, no better way to put this, some people can't afford to do things like that and they still want to participate, and I don't want to take that away from them. So I'll never do something like that. I'll never put something behind a paywall. I mean, even my wallpaper stuff is not behind a paywall. It's all free. Not much of a photographer, but I'll try my best. Yeah, it'll be one portion of it. Obviously, all the stuff will be still given away normally. But I was thinking that could be a fun little extra piece of it. You know what I mean? All right. Start popping in switches now. August 15th. Actually, that's when I was considering doing it. Like, literally dead set in the middle of August. I gladly paid. Thank you, Play. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I was thinking we'd do another little fun giveaway thing anyways in August. So mark your calendars for that. I have some special stuff that we can do as a giveaway. Oh, that is the switches for today's build. I have an amazing camera, just not a photographer. Hey, Savage. Same, bro. Hey, bro, same. For real, same, dude. Lately, I have not been it, bro. I'm just like, ugh, I'm so bad at this. Are you a part of the giveaway? Are you? Do you want to be part of it? Huh? One in August, it's my birthday and I already took a bunch of time off. Hopefully it's the time I have off. I'm thinking literally like between the 13th and the 17th, something then. We'll see. I'll give you guys a better date soon. I got a cool keyboard, but I can't type worth a shit. Hey, bro. Same, bro. Hey, for real, same. Oh, that pen did not survive. We gotta align this a little smidge. Why are those switches rectangles? Because these are ALP switches. They're a little different. But the pin did not survive on this one here, so I gotta fix the pin. But I hate taking out ALP switches sometimes. Dude, hey, Volt, don't even stress, bro. Same. My words per minute is, on a good day, like if I'm feeling it, dude, my words per minute's like 70. I would say on like maybe a super good day, 75. I'm out doing DoorDash right now. Dandy. Got you, dude. Sorry, I got a little blemish on my cheek, but you know, hope that didn't take away from the kiss. I fluked and hit 162. Morris, what is your regular? Like, what is your non-fluke day look like? Morris is gonna hit me with 70, and I'm just gonna be like, how? Yeah, on a normal day, I'm like 65. That's what I'm normally. But I feel like there's some days I'm like speedy, and I never clock those days because like obviously I'm not doing like monkey type or whatever. But usually 110. Oh, for you, Excalibur, I can hit 170 if I just slam my hand down on the keys like. Yeah, dude, for real. If you just quickly do that, easy peasy. Oh, you're just 130 to 140. I think Chozo's pretty quick. There was someone I saw in, I think they went to the Osame meetup or Osame store launch, and they hit like 196. I'm like, bro, I don't even think at 196 words per minute, you know? I think I maybe think at like 20. So I don't even know how you can type at 196 or 192, whatever it was. So that is crazy to me. That is absolutely wild to me. That doctor speed typing is insane. I won't even know what the hell to type. Dude, right? I don't think that fast, so I can't type that fast. Dandy, I think people were asking me yesterday, and honestly, I forgot to bring it out, so. Index finger typing gang? Same here. He got like 193 words per minute and beat the Osame CEO's 183 words per minute score. It's fucking wild, dude. That is so crazy. Like, do you guys understand? Last time I checked, mine is 215. Are you actually being serious, Savage? It's 215? Bro, how do you, like, legitimately, 215 words per minute? I don't, dude, that is fucking crazy. Fastest I ever did was 130. Fastest I ever did was maybe 81. It was maybe 81, dude. You know what I hate though? My biggest pet peeve about this hobby sometimes is I type real slow. And sometimes like people watch me type on the YouTube video section. And I swear YouTube comments are so mean. But some people are like, how does bro type at like 40 words per minute but owns all these keyboards? And it's just like, bro, please let me just be me. I beg. If you want to see some crazy typing, go watch Microsoft Excel champion streams. That is crazy niche and I love it. That is so crazy niche. That's crazy. I take the time to enjoy the board. Yeah, true. That should be my excuse. Pancake, what do you type at? The worst is to every meetup, everyone's like, Alex, go type. Everyone's always like, Alex, go compete on the stage. I'm like, bro, why? To embarrass myself? And then they're like, no. And you can probably like, you know, you build keyboards all the time. You'll probably type fast. I'm just like, bro, no, actually I don't. I don't, man. And then people go on stage and they're hitting like 150, 160, like at the low end. I'm like, okay, you know what, dude? If you give me 2 words to type and I practice those 2 words and count words per minute based off those 2 words, I can probably type faster than a lot of people. But you have to let me practice. Like, you know, one of those type of things. Typing my own thoughts. It's always different when I'm typing my own words versus processing what's pre-written. I mean, Savage, to be honest, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I feel like when I'm actually doing my normal thinking and I'm typing, like, for example, the articles, sometimes I'm like, dude, I typed this so quickly. And it makes me wonder, though, those pre-written tests, like, it's a little tough, right? There was a guy at the Toronto meetup who hit over 200. Honestly, I kind of spaced out during the whole typing test thing. I was taking pictures because everyone was kind of focused on that. When I'm following pre-written, it's like 190. That makes sense. What's your favorite plate material? It depends on the gas, like, or if it's like gasket, if it's like top mount. So it depends on the mounting system. Truth be told, I think my overall favorite is still always going to be aluminum. I think aluminum's a classic. But dude, sometimes PC hits, sometimes polypropylene hits, you know? You can't knock those. Sometimes FR4 is great. I think FR4 is my most divisive plate. Truth be told. I'm not always really into FR4s, but carbon fiber for me is the same as FR4. Like, I hate to say this, and I know this is a controversial take, because some people are very like into their carbon fibers. To me, I feel like they share a lot of the same sound signature. So I don't get like overly excited about that. CF is peak for me, the pitch of aluminum without the ping. Okay, Gingy, would you say for you, I just want your thoughts. What's your thoughts of CF versus FR4? Like sound-wise, do you notice a difference? I love the aluminum the most. How do you feel about copper compared to alu? Copper is a little nicer than brass, but I typically avoid those. Also, since I don't like the sound signature anyways, the amount of money that you're also spending on something like a copper plate just seems like it goes to a bit of a waste. So I don't know. For me, I'll typically skip on something like a copper plate. I just feel like it's a waste of money, honestly. Sounds less dull. Is duller. Interesting. Duller? Okay. All right. I mean, that's good to know too. I don't know. I don't love using FR4 for everything, but when I use it and I like it, it really hits. Hi Alex, do you ever experience vibrations under the spacebar on a leaf spring mounted keyboard? So Lane, on a leaf spring mounted keyboard, if there's a mounting point underneath the key, like underneath the spacebar, depending on the mounting style, like how they implement the leaf spring, sometimes you'll notice that. I find though, if there's nothing and the keyboard's well done where they kind of put the mounting points here and here, I never really noticed anything over here. It really depends though on a few things. I only ever find the vibration underneath a spacebar on harder durometer gaskets or gasketing that goes around leaf spring. Then the vibration kind of travels into the spacebar because, you know, it's not supported by anything. So maybe a solution could be using softer gaskets if that's a possibility, if it is gasket mounted. But if it's like a top mount leaf spring, you could try using little O-rings. I should say, of the materials I've tried, my peak for each is CF brass and palm. Oh, you're a brass plate kind of guy, Gingy? All right, respect. I bought every plate for the QK75N. CF is my fave. Oh, okay, KD. So what made it your favorite? Is it just like the sound signature that comes off of it? Or do you like the feeling of it? Brass is nice with long pulls. I would say debatable. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'll speed this process up a little, guys. I'm sorry. I'm talking too much. And I realized that it's almost 51 minutes in and I haven't even started soldering the first board yet. I'll speed it up a little bit. Any tips for first time soldering? Snag derivative but nervous about soldering for the first time. I feel like there's a lot of things I could say that might be helpful, but also I feel like there's a lot of information overload. The only thing I can really tell you is less is more. I think that is probably the biggest piece of advice when it comes to actually soldering something down. Another humongous piece of advice that I can give you, and I truly mean this with every fiber of my being, okay? If you're gonna start soldering for the first time and you're nervous about it, and you're also, yeah, you could watch Simon's guide. I'm also writing one too soon if you guys want like a more condensed version. Simon's is pretty good too. What was I saying? Sorry. The number one thing I'm going to tell you, and this is more of a seating thing, when you're going to solder things in, make sure the switches are seated to the plate properly. The most absolute important critical thing is seating things properly. If you don't seat properly, like if you don't seat the switches directly onto the PCB, you're going to hear different sounds. You're going to hate it. You're going to be like, why doesn't this sound good? So to me, that is, even beyond just soldering things, like getting things mounted properly is absolutely number one most important thing. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. Don't apologize, Alex. A double build day and having a longer time is what we love. Hey, dude, Skullhead, thank you. Do you think the Kazakh can solder sound/feel better than hot swap? So, yes and no, I guess. My opinion is if you do things correctly on a hot swap keyboard, you'll probably not notice much of a difference. Some people say you do because the hot swap sockets deflect sound differently. I say it's minimal, if anything. The only thing I can say about solder and how it might sound better, and again, this is my 2 cents. With a hot swap PCB, if you have switches and a plate that maybe is a little bit loose or nothing's seating well, even though it appears that things are going to be like, you know, firm, there's still the odd chance that things could like, move around and bounce around a little bit. Like perhaps the switch doesn't sit flushly against the PCB, causes some odd sounds. You have chances for that to happen with the hot swap unit. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but there is that chance. At least you have peace of mind knowing that if you solder something in, obviously it shouldn't bounce around. So there could be that as a sound difference. I do think feeling might be something that doesn't exist in case, like unless it's bouncing around to that degree, but I don't think feel would be impacted at all. Although, from a build perspective, let me tell you guys the number one most annoying thing, all right, about doing hot swap keyboards sometimes is if the plate is a little bit loose, the switches don't really have a firm grip in the PCB, you take off one keycap, the whole thing comes out sometimes. Like the whole switch will come out and you're just constantly like struggling to separate things, and it kind of defeats the purpose of like a hot swap keyboard. It's not really like easy to do and you're kind of rebuilding it every single time in that case. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. I hate it. Yeah, I also hate it. It is the worst thing. I can't decide if I want to Mil-Max my next board, Envoy, or directly solder it. Hey, up to you. I personally love soldering. I kind of hope soldering doesn't disappear in this hobby. I would be very sad. I feel like more and more keyboards are going hot swap only, and that's fine. I have nothing against that, but I also like the art of soldering. I think it's nice. The joys of hot swap. I love pulling everything out in one go. Yeah, I guess so. Part of the process. I had that happen with plateless hot swap on my Class 60. Kind of funny. Tough to type on sometimes because random switches lean one direction. Yeah, plateless hot swap is a no-go for me in any situation, with the exception of like one or two keyboards that have managed to pull it off. The Maker keyboards have managed to pull it off, like the Alexa or the Milan or whatever it's called. Those have managed to pull it off, but that's it. That's all I can think of. I've had a few that just suck. It works, but I'm very switch dependent. Oh, that is true. Some of the switches probably wouldn't work on it, but the ones that do work, like they at least work. It's not like other ones where they just kind of fall flat in their face. Not like this switch. Holds stupidly well, and others like the Wonder. Yeah, others do like the Wonder. Cherry, stay goated for plateless hot swap. Is Cherry good for plateless hot swap? I haven't tried Cherry. Oh no, I have tried Cherry. It was pretty good. I think you're right. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I accidentally hit repeat on my timer when I was making ribs. So, whoops, my bad. I was wondering, I'm like, why does my phone keep going off? Like, it kept going off every 10 minutes. Hell yeah, Ribs Monday. It was pretty good. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I did, no, I already made them all. I just hit repeat by accident. It was like a 2.5 hour timer. I did this $15 rack of ribs for 2 people. So we had a nice, like, technically I guess dinner would be like what? With everything maybe $10 each. Honestly, not bad. I really was craving ribs today. I put, you know what? I still got to work on it because I'm not like super happy with the way they turned out. I still think they're better than the last time I did them, because last time I did like a store-bought mix and stuff like that. But I did my own like spice rub this time, and I think it turned out a lot better. Obviously, the rib quality, it was okay. I mean, it was $15. It was fine. Am I a good cook? I feel like some days I can like hit with cooking, and then some days I suck. It varies on the day. I have a dedicated smoker making ribs 500%. Oh my god, dude! Having a dedicated smoker makes ribs 500% better. I would fucking love one, dude. We're not allowed to have barbecues here, so Cal, thank you so much for the Prime. How are you?
Sup, Alex?
How are you? I'm doing okay. We're just talking about food, so I hope no one hates the food chats here. A little chit chat about food. All right. So Meme God, I have been using liquid smoke, which I think has been helping. The liquid smoke I have is infused, well, now it's no more, I used it all today, but the barbecue sauce I had liquid smoke in it already. So I haven't been adding any more because I feel like that would be like too much. But I tried with and without, like I tried a batch with just like a regular, some leftover BBQ sauce that I had with something else, and there was a big difference. So no, cousin, funny enough, I actually read through your chat yesterday night because we actually brought the computer over to him. They're not going to be using the computer yet, and I did let them know that we need to take a look and like go through the BIOS and stuff. They're well aware. Thank you so much for that information, by the way. And then the moment they start using it, I will probably end up like swinging by and doing all the fix for the BIOS. It's so crazy. Is that all i9 CPUs? Like they haven't fixed it? Or I guess you have to update the BIOS on all the motherboards? That's crazy to me though. That is one crazy thing to happen. 13,900s and 14,900s. What's popping, guys? What's up, Bill doing? Yeah, that's crazy. Do you think the weight choice makes a noticeable difference in the Envoy? It absolutely does. The weight choice 100% makes a difference. You can get a great sound signature out of just the aluminum weight though, so don't feel like pressured to buy an aluminum weight or brass weight. But you get a noticeably fuller sound signature. Like it has a bit more on the bassier deep end if you go with something like brass. However, again, aluminum, that's my daily driver, is all aluminum. Totally fine. I like the brighter sound signature of it. Just don't expect having that underlying bassiness to it. It's so much more open sounding on that Envoy, and that's my favorite sound out of it. Oh, doing the all aluminum or doing the... Is it warmed up? It is. Or doing the brass way. I don't know. Lately, I've been kind of preferring to use the aluminum. I just kind of like the lighter sound signature out of it. Yeah, the more open, airy kind of sound signature. Brass just has a lot of bass to it, and it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but it's unique to have like an all aluminum keyboard sound so airy. I like it. All right, let's solder, shall we? Where did I put all my solder? Whew. Are you guys good cooks, by the way? You guys were talking about being good cooks. I want to cook for you, BB. Thank you so much, Silent. What are you planning? We'll trade recipes. A mean grilled cheese? Hey, bro, don't knock grilled cheeses. You know what? If you can do a good mean grilled cheese, that is probably all I'll ever eat. I fucking love grilled cheeses, man. Grilled cheeses are absolutely insane. About to make some Japanese curry tonight? Hey, yo. That is something that sounds so intimidating to do. Heads up, I'll be in and out of chat for a little bit. Sounds good. We're pretty much doing it the same as the last one, Alu, so I don't think I need direction too much on this one. Instead of photography contest, let's do a cookout contest. I don't know how I judged that one there, but best looking food wins? Nah, I feel like that's too easy to cheat. Someone's gonna order. Someone's immediately gonna order that. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm just gonna make sure all of our pins are leveled. It's a French cheese and Dijon sauced chicken eaten with fresh baguette, usually so dank. That sounds so good. Japanese curry is very easy. You just take a curry powder brick and add whatever meat and veggies. It sounds good, actually. I'm getting my first solder PCB soon. I need to get a soldering supplies. Basically an iron. Any advice? Most people will tell you to probably go with the Pine Sol as your starter iron, which I think is a good choice. I've never used one, but everyone's telling me it's really good. some tips. Take your time. Less is more with solder. You can always add more. It's harder to take it away. That is the #1 takeaway from soldering. It's just less is more. Pints. Oh, not this again, dude. Yeah, let me tell you guys, soldering is not hard. It's actually fairly easy. I think the difficulty of soldering is 2 things, all right? If on the odd chance you fuck up, which can happen, if you don't know how to desolder, I feel like that's kind of where some of the maybe skill happens. And then the second thing with soldering is some people have health issues, some people just can't solder, some people don't want to solder, some people don't want to invest in soldering things. Totally get it. No shame in having someone else build the other keyboard too. No shame at all. Peinsel, Smart Mini Portable Soldering Iron. That's the one, Neil. That is the one I wholeheartedly trust everyone here to recommend.
Tap Monday. How about solder some nuts into your mouth, JK?
Huh? The fuck? Zach, that was so aggressive sounding. Jesus, dude. Oh my god, Zach. Very good firmware updates and all. Yeah, I need to pick one up. I still have my, you know what, actually I shouldn't buy one. I have a TS100 still that I still think is fantastic, so. God damn, Zach. Thank you so much for the tier 1 though, bro. I appreciate you. Soldering through hole is soothing. The stress begins when you need to solder surface mount stuff. Yeah, stuff's a little bit tricky. It is. When you solder, do you start melting by touching the solder to the tip of the iron, or do you just try to melt it directly into the Milmax PCB? So I don't know if I can actually show you very well today. I'll try my best just because the camera's not really set up for this. What I do is, I don't know, just watch and I guess you'll kind of see how I do it. I push it into the tip of the iron. That's what I do. Pushing it directly into the pin does this. Well, that's a bad example because I had some solder there, but if you push it directly into the pin, sometimes it doesn't actually, like, it takes a second. I don't want to leave it on the or on the pad for too long. I don't know. Seems to be the easiest way, and then you get cute little, if it wants to focus, cute little mountains like that. You know, very, very little, if not no solder splatter. You want to let it heat up for like a second before you start pushing the solder in. And there's also speed of pushing it in matters too. If you ram it in, a lot will splatter. If you take your time, you'll have more minimal splatter everywhere. So that matters too. Almost 2 years, choose Alex. Thank you so much, Zach. I always know it's you when you say tap tap. Always know it's you, dude. Silent, I bet you did. When streaming, do your cameras ever get hot? And if so, how do you deal with it? I got a Fuji X-T4 as a webcam. It turns off when it gets too hot. There's a setting in the menu for the heat of the camera, but flip the screen out. I do that with all my cameras. So you don't want the screen to be flush with the camera. You want it to be flipped out all the way to let that circulate heat, because the LCD panel generates a shit ton of heat. And then just don't have it next to a window or anything. Like, don't have it in a spot where it's going to generate heat, you know? Making my teeth hot swap is a game changer? What the fuck? Meme, what the hell, man? You know what, though? I bet it was. Do you have any pets? No, I think maybe in the future, but I'm in a condo right now. And we're already kind of cramped with space, so I'm just trying to live modest right now, man, that's all. It'd be cool to have a lot bigger space. It's something we're actually looking for right now. Not a bigger space, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think getting to that point where we might have the rent increase, you know what I'm saying? So might have to start looking soon. More space for keeps, just to be creative and too. Like right now, I feel like very cramped. Those cameras have an issue with heat when using the battery. Okay, just be careful with Fuji and external batteries, guys. Fuji doesn't make any official external batteries anymore, which is such a shame. And some of those external batteries can actually kill your camera. So just be careful on which ones you order. Sony, on the other hand, has been pretty good. The few Sony cameras I've ever used, I've just used knockoff batteries and they're fine. Transparent acrylic case, $5.99. Let's see this thing. This sounds so much fun. Don't get cats. I keep inheriting them and they're so goddamn sassy. I bet, dude. Cats do sound like they'd be sassy. Oh, this is sick. I need to keep this open. That is so cool. Is this a phone call? No. I got a new wallpaper on my phone. I think it looks pretty cool. Canon Key says Brutal V2 65s for 50% off. Did I like the Brutal V2? I think I liked all the Brutal V2 stuff, but the original Brutal stuff I really didn't care for. I got Hebe Jags Pudding Teal from Canon Key's half off sale. Oh, is it because of Memorial Day? Is that why they had some sales going on? I'm guessing, right? Memorial Day sale? Okay. Well, you have a link for the... Why is it so difficult to pronounce? The Alex on it, wherein we can purchase through, you get a little extra kickback. Not for those, no. Those will be, I think, to be super transparent, I think those will be probably exempt from that. Because I think we're working that out differently. So again, just to be transparent. But if you guys did want to order affiliate stuff, man, I feel really weird saying this because I never do it. I have affiliate codes. I don't really promote the affiliate codes as well as I probably should, but they're on my bio here and then on my website. I'm not really great at using those affiliate codes. Probably should be better, but Alex is on it for the Sonnet. I like that. Brutal 2 is much more clean and has a decent balance. Probably overpriced at its base price, but solid at $175. Yeah, 175 sounds like a pretty good deal for that particular board. I know I've built one. But we want to support you. I appreciate it, guys. If you guys did want to, the best way, honestly, I just appreciate you guys viewing stream. Totally optional to do anything else. I just always appreciate you guys being here, chatting, being in Discord. To me, that's the best way. Any idea when we were any idea when we were getting pics of the collab sonnets? I want a copper one, or pics like photos. Honestly, I don't know yet. We decided to announce those early. Those were actually probably going to launch at a later time, but we decided to announce them early. So I don't have any great info on like some of the timeline stuff. So watching the stream is mandatory. For you, Adam, it is. Where would you recommend to buy Nixies from? Well, normally I get them from Novelties, but Divinity has them on sale right now. Or not on sale, but Divinity has them right now. I think Dan Keebs might also have them too. I can't remember. Dan Keebs is great for Switches. They have a lot of fun stuff. Divinity. If you're in Canada, Shockport, Mino Keys. There are a ton of vendors who have lots of awesome switches. Dang, Dang, D-A-N-G. Maybe Dane will ship us out some. Milktooth too, yeah, Milktooth as well. I think your red artisan on the horizon would contrast the rest of your artisans on the board. Wait, what happened? I think you need a red artisan on your horizon. Still, Duck, where would I put the red one? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'll let you pick. Leave it to Adam to pick number 5. Leave it to fucking Adam, dude. Oh god, these keycaps are...
Nike also has lubed and filmed Nixies right now for a decent price.
There you go, Unikey too. Oh yeah, Unikey does have them. Unikey's one of our sponsors too. How's that red? Is that okay? It's the only red I got available. Yeah, Unikey has a lot of awesome stuff. I think those sets at Unikey, the Keykoba ones, are already sold out, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. Those things sold out real quick, I think. Your enter key feels like a personal attack. Everyone really liked the enter key at the meetup. Everyone thought it was so funny. I went to grab the Cherry MX8 Orange from Geonworks, but shipping's like 35 bucks. Yeah, that's shipping from Korea, is it not? It sounds about right for shipping from Korea. Does he not have any proxies for that? Looks like an alien control panel. I love that Horizon. Yeah, it's super nice. What is unique about Cherry MX Oranges? I don't even know what those are. I've never even looked at them. I feel like there's so many switches. I've said this for years. But switches are the one thing in this hobby I cannot keep up with. I don't know how anyone does it, man. I feel like there's a new switch that launches every single day. HMX got enough. Oh god, my cable just fell behind my desk. I'll get it later. My poor cable. Are basically just blacks made under license from Cherry Black in the 80s. Oh, it's just the like the Hyros style ones. Oh, stupidly rare and expensive. Yeah, the Hyros are. I know Mercy has used them, and I've watched Mercy build with them. I think she had the same opinion. She's like, these are stupid. Without the keycaps, flex. Oh god, just put them Hyros in a. You have Hyros switches, Ryan? God damn, dude. Personally, I'm a Wuche simp for switches with Gat Milky Yellow in close second. Hey, dude, nothing wrong with Wuche switches. They're very bright and clacky. Also, good choice on Gat Milky Yellows. That's an excellent second choice. I'm excited for that new Wuche board, actually. Do you feel like the keyboard hobby is going down nowadays? What do you mean by that, Lust? Do you mean, like, community-wise, or? I just built my Class 60 platelist. Dude, isn't it so nice? Like, dude, it is so good platelist. So good. That's one of my favorite platelist boards. Less interest from the public. So I would actually disagree with you. I think there is a great amount of interest in custom keyboards. I just think there's a bigger spread of it now. Let me take 2 seconds to explain. We'll take COVID aside. We're going to take COVID viewership of streams and COVID viewership of websites and just COVID anything. So the COVID interest in the hobby, out. We move that away. All right. Hear me out. I think the hobby is bigger than it was prior to COVID, which is great. And I think it's going up very, very slowly. It's not like this anymore. It's just kind of trickling up. I think there are so many brands now, and there's so many just good keyboards that some people who are very interested will just buy one or two of just the easily accessible boards, and then they call it a day. They're like, dude, I'm done. And I get it, because those are great boards. I think because of those boards, it attracts a lot more people. And then there might be one or two people who are like, I want to dive deeper. I want something a little bit more me. Maybe this board here is too mainstream or something, maybe there's someone who thinks that. So I do think there's just more people, and they're more spread out with brand loyalty to different things and hang out in different subsections of the hobby. If we were to gauge it just based off of the stuff that, for example, we're all interested here, yeah, it might seem like growth is really slow, but let me tell you, there's a whole subset of people who only participate in keyboards for the osame stuff. There are so many people who will be into QK or mode or something like that, right? There's not much innovation in the mechanical keyboard scene. I mean, how much more innovative can you get? But in more recent history, there was the Zeal clickies. I don't think there needs to be this pinnacle of, how can I word this? I don't think there needs to be this ooh, ah, innovation type thing. There's small things, right? And I would personally say that just collecting, art, for example, you just have to be into it. There's not really innovation in art. There's different things that you can buy that look different. I don't think, it's like cheese. I don't think we need innovation. Where I think most of that innovation is going is production. So I think more and more companies are learning how to produce things properly and how to have less time on a CNC and how to not essentially cut corners, but how to make things more accessible to the public. And I think that's the side of innovation we've seen. We've seen innovation on the front of consumers picking up products and having shorter turnaround times, etc. But I think there's small bits and pieces of innovation, though. As long as the hobby can sustain high-quality in-stock products to introduce new people to the hobby over time, yeah, I think so. What do you think of them? I always hear bad things about Dye-Sub. Dye-Sub's Dye-Sub. It's not my thing. PBT is not 100% me, but Osame stuff's really cool. I appreciate the style they have. It's very cute. And I think you have to be into that. But they have their own subset of people who are super into that too, The quality of life innovations when it comes to build processes have been definitely advancing. 100% agree. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know how much more advanced we can get these keyboards to be. There isn't really a problem anyone's facing that needs to be innovated on, for example. I think there's small little things that people have definitely seen, okay, well, how do we get this? Because usually innovation comes from problems, and I don't think we're having problems right now. But in my humble opinion, I do think for the keen eyes of the hobby, we're probably going to see a lot more people get really in to Hall effect keyboards. I think once they nail that, we'll probably start seeing a switch over. That is my prediction, because I have seen some of the stuff that people have been working on Hall effect wise, and it just needs that little bit of a push, And then bam, it's gonna be great, dude. I'm happily skipping HE. That's totally fair. I think there are a lot of people who are going to be really into the Hall effect side of things once it gets more polished. If someone can get the sound down on HE, I'm in. Likewise, Chappie. That's where I'm really just not into it. Even on the nicer switches, I don't care. For gaming key, HE is end game. Yeah, and I think that might also attract a lot of people who are just into gaming to maybe want to dabble with custom keyboards. So I think it will benefit everybody, regardless of what anyone thinks. And I know there's a lot of people who will be like, oh, but it won't be like my traditional mechanical keyboard. I think it'll be super good for the hobby if we can get HE down. It'll bring a lot of interest and a lot of new faces. Interest is really good in hobbies, by the way, guys. The more people that are into stuff, it doesn't mean more sales always, but it means more people designing things and more ideas and, you know, basically just brains working on cool things and people working on cool things. So it's always great to have more people creating things. All right, let's put this in the board. Let us do this. Wooding is still leader in HE, but only because they're pushing the software side. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a two-front battle there, I guess. Software plus some other fun stuff. Where's my screwdriver? This is a very common question nowadays. Which is HJ? Or HJ? What's the question? Like the advancement of the hobby? Solve the maze? Oh my god, dude. But I don't understand though. Where is the maze supposed to go? Into this? Guys, I suck at mazes. My eyes don't work too well for this. Oh my god, then it wraps around this way again. Oh my god. I need to take a picture of this and draw it out. This is, my eyes aren't working. I'm losing track of where I am. I'll do this later. Apparently it's a real maze, yeah. Does someone want to screenshot it? Here. If someone wants to screenshot this, I don't know if it'll work too well if you screenshot it though. And then maybe you can try it. I'm sure it's on the website too. I don't know. It's kind of hard to look at though because of the finish. It's a little tricky. The question is the keyboard hardware in decline. I don't know why everyone keeps asking that. I really don't. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to ask, but it's just interesting how that question always gets asked. I really don't think it's in decline, guys. I really don't. I just think there are more people spread across more groups. Do you guys think the keyboard hobby's in decline? Better question. I just want to say thank you for being a steward of the hobby and a positive vibe for the new and old alike to come and learn/hang. Get a little sussy with almost daily. We love you, you gorgeous Manitoban mongoose. Oh, you're signing it. I thought you were calling me. Dude, anytime, man. I love you, dude. Thank you so much for being here, bro. I try my best. More switches than ever. Keycaps than ever. Totally. No, I'm not trying to be like sarcastic or anything. You know, I'm not trying to put anyone down for asking the question, but I want to know your thoughts too. Yeah, I really do feel like now is the best time to get into keyboards. Again, I still think people are sort of stuck on COVID keyboard hype. Because COVID keyboard hype, you could sell a keyboard for $300. It could literally have been a square and been kind of like whatever. And it would have sold out in like 2 seconds. It didn't even need promotion. It would just like sell out instantly. Now, even with really cool keyboards, people are having trouble like selling things only because there are so many options on the market. I'm less likely to talk about it as a noob because a lot of people jumped on your throat if you picked the wrong components to build your first keyboard. Oh, in certain communities. I just try to avoid people like that. People like that are just jackasses. I think the things may be slowing down a bit, but wouldn't say it's in decline. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, if you look at the whole state of the world, things definitely are 100% slowing down. Only because the world's in like a weird spot right now, so stick to positive Discord communities. Yeah, that was a big thing for me, by the way. When I started switching to, dude, I left a lot of Discords because, I'm not gonna lie, guys, like, some places are just fucking vile, bro. Like, some places just, they're like black holes, right? Like, they suck you in and they kind of, like, they're like anchors. Actually, that's a better word. Anchors. They really drag you down with them, you know? And it's just losing all the time. Like, there's arguing happening in some Discords, like, just hate on everything. Anything popular gets hate in some of these, like, communities, too. Like, I left a small Discord that I was in. I don't even mind saying this, because honestly, like, I feel like it needs to be said. There was, like, a smaller Discord I was in, and it wasn't small, but it was probably, like, 5,000, 4,000 people, so that's probably not small, actually. And, dude, everyone just loved to hate on certain brands, and I felt like it was so unwarranted. But it was just constant, like, it wasn't even like criticism. It was just like hate for certain brands and how certain brands are like ruining the hobby for them. And it's like, dude, if you even took 2 seconds to think on how great it is to have certain brands be like the forefront of, like, you know, the everyday keyboard type thing, like, just take 2 seconds to think how good that kind of stuff is for the hobby and its growth. I stopped looking at Reddit for the same reason. Yeah, Reddit was a tough one. I liked it at first, but I think my Reddit days came to an abrupt end when I got banned from our battle stations for literally posting my computer setup. Like, first of all, guys, I don't know if you guys know this. Did you guys know that you can't pay for rent with Reddit points? You also can't buy food. So Karma, I think that's what it's called. You can't really do much with the Reddit points, okay? So I have no personal reason in which I need Reddit points. It doesn't bring anything of value to my life. Long story short, I was posting my computer setup on our battle station because it was all I had to do at one time. Like, I was going through some stuff in life, and like, I just wanted to post my computer setup. And how to make money with Reddit Karma? Farm accounts and sell them? I guess you could do that. Anyways, I was going through some stuff, posting my computer setup, and oh my god, dude. You know, I learned at the very end that they have a strict rule that you're really only supposed to post your setup with major upgrades. But there's no determining factor what a major upgrade is. So I figured by me buying some extra monitors, and I also had switched from like a Mac to a PC, that was a pretty major upgrade. And I had posted like 1 or 2 photos over the course of like 4 months. I am not kidding you guys. It was few months passed, another photo. And then a few months more passed, and then another photo. And I was just posting things. I was very active. I was always commenting on things too. And then I got banned for 3 months, and they said I was spamming. 1 post every 3 or 4 months was spamming. Then I read the rules again, and I was like, well, I understand it's supposed to be 1 photo per year, but like, what constitutes a major upgrade? I was making, I think minimum wage at the time was $14 an hour, or $13.50 Canadian, or something like that. I don't remember what the minimum wage was. I was making minimum wage, or I think 15 cents above minimum wage. So for me, buying a $500 computer part was a major upgrade. I think that needs to be understood by like, and I tried to explain this to like the Reddit moderator. I was like, dude, I'm making basically nothing. To me, this is a major upgrade. And he was just like, nah, has to be like the whole room. I'm just like, bro, so you can only post again if you redo your entire room? Like, what's this? What? And dude, it was crazy, man. That definitely constitutes as a major upgrade. Mobs just power trip, and yep. So I argued with them, and then as kind of like an FU to them, I had posted my room again. What's it called? Like 4 months later, I waited because I waited for the 3-month ban. Waited another month. Also got some new stuff from my desk at the time, and then I'm not even kidding you guys. Within like 15 minutes, banned. I was just perma-banned from the website. I was like, all right, dude, that's cool. This makes me feel like I really want to participate more in this community. So dumb. It was founded by Titan buyers back in the day, totally unhinged. What, the subreddit? But yeah, dude, sucked. And it was crazy too because I was actually really enjoying, like, you know, just talking to people and like trying things and blah blah blah. But can't post more than twice a month and only if you do a major upgrade. Yeah, it was so stupid. Again, major is just such like a, it's such like a vague term. Oh my god, why am I doing terrible with this screw right now? So it just really sucked. And I think that's when I realized, I'm like, oh, Reddit just is all kind of like this. So forget it. Purdy is very nice. We have one more keyboard to do after this too. But yeah, that's when I stopped using Reddit, really. I was like, yeah, I had enough of this website. Subjective metrics are next to useless. Yep, that's what I tried to explain to him. Like, I don't understand what constitutes major. Like, to me, this is super major upgrading like a monitor. Like, I am probably not buying something for the next like 4 or 5 months now because I've used all my money. I'm like, this is pretty major. I have no idea. I haven't even opened it yet, Yoshi. This way. Yeah, I don't really use the website anymore. I find that even some of the other Reddits now, like, I get recommended a lot of like dumb stuff on my home feed. And there are certain Reddits I still browse, like funny ones, I guess, if you even want to call them that. But I find most of the Reddits now are just like world politics and like hate stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of over reading this kind of thing. So just everyone's just very negative. And I think that stuff really it just really rubs off on you too as a person, you know, like when you're constantly reading negative things and reading like negative articles and like just exposing yourself to that kind of stuff. Like it just drives you up the walls, dude. Dude, I love the way this looks. Holy shit. I'm so sad I didn't get this keyboard. So sad, dude. I'm in various subs and I swear every post has its comments and worst humanity. It's depressing. Yeah. Rob, you like this too? Gorge key bottom. Yeah, this is such a nice keyboard bottom. The pass-through USBs are, I think, like the cherry on top for me with this. I think it's so nice, dude. We're going to be using, I think, 9009 for this. However, I don't know how it's going to look on this board. And then we're doing the Pavlov after this, which the Pavlov, I think a lot of people here will probably, judging off people's tastes in the past with keyboards, I think people will really enjoy the next board too. For this, we're going to be putting 9009. Jim K. Olivia or Jim K. Bow for White Envoy. Ooh, Olivia would be nice, but Bow would be really clean for that. So I would personally pick Bow. Although, gotta admit, if you're a fan of some color on your board, maybe Olivia. All right, let me get the keycaps. Oh, they're right here actually. I don't know how the Reddit community is so toxic. It's just, dude, I feel like that's just the internet though. I don't want to like beat a dead horse, but like the internet as a whole is just you're hidden behind being anonymous, right? So it's just really easy to be a jackass and like, you know, some people think it's hilarious and funny, to each their own. But it is pretty easy just to hide behind that and then just kind of be a coward, right? Typically what I've found, even with people who are trolling, again, I hate to say this. I'm not trying to be cynical, but I'll just say it out loud because I feel like, I feel like some people don't really have much, of happiness going on in their life, which is sad, right? Like, you have to feel bad too because you want everyone to be happy. Some people just are very negative. They've lived life, and even if things are looking up for them, they're going to find a way to bring themselves down. It could be some weird just self-defense mechanism. You could look into it as far as you want, but ultimately, I've always said this, and this is something I've always said since we started streaming. It's really easy for people to look up at their idols and just other people in the world. Like, I have tons of people I look up to, or just friends that I have who are doing so much better than I am in life. And they're up here, right? I'm like down here. And it's so easy for people to be like, how do I bring this guy to me? Because it's easier to chop down the blocks than do the work to lift yourself up. And it's always easier to make people feel smaller than to work on yourself, right? To bring you up to their level. And I feel like that's what a lot of that is. It's just easier to bring people down. You're being an anchor to everyone. So that's kind of what it is. It's a weird ideology to have. Obviously, there are people, like, there's always exceptions to rules and stuff, but people just get super negative about things. Idolizing can be dangerous, man. I know firsthand. I got a cousin who idolizes soccer players. I don't think, I think there's obviously the age-old story of everything in moderation, right? Hear me out. I think idolizing and having people as an idol, for example, like, I have idols. I have people I look up to. I think that's fine. I don't think it's wrong to have an idol. I think there's obviously limits, Like, for example, if you idolizing someone brings you to spend all your money on something that someone tells you to buy because, your idol told you, yeah, that's a problem. But I think it's fine to look up to people. It's fine to have your heroes. I have people I look up to. I have people that I consider my heroes. I think we all do in life, and I think that's fine. I love you too much. Oh my god, dude. Please. Yeah, even me, guys. I'm not a perfect person. I try my best to be, but I try my best to be the best version of me possible. But we all fuck up. It's fine as long as you don't get parasocial, yeah. Mode Envoy 65. I'm looking for a $300 US board. Do you have any recommendations? Or do you recommend the Mode Envoy PC, or do you have any recommendations? Mode Envoy, you're trying to ask me what board to recommend you? You're Mode Envoy 65. Imagine me recommending you something different. Like, what do I have? I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like it's a trick question, man.
Straight Keebalicious content from the best looking man on Twitch.
Thank you, Lazy. I appreciate that, dude. Best looking too. That's crazy, man. I appreciate you, bro. A good 65 under $300. I think the Mode Envoy is fantastic, by the way. If you didn't want, I think the nicer, I don't know, I kind of like the feeling of the Mode 65 just a smidge more. And I think some people also like the aesthetics of it. Maybe you can go a little bit more premium and get the 65. Both are fantastic boards, though. I do prefer the sound profile on the Envoy just a smidge more. Howie, this one here I got from Rusty Panda. I don't have a link for it or anything. I think Rusty was selling these at one point and selling them no longer. Have you ever considered the fact that you might feel weighed down compared to others because you were drop dead handsome? Jeez, dude, you're gonna make me blush real hard, and my face is gonna turn red, bro. Come on, dude. But I hope that answers your question, Mode Envoy 65. Mode Envoy never gonna watch my stream after that. He's like, fuck this guy. Do you recommend the Polycarb Envoy? Yeah, it's really nice. I built one for a client a long time ago, I feel, at this point. And I think he was over the moon about it, so. Where did I put my keycap holder? Yeah, I'm fixing that right now. My bad. Put it in the wrong spot. Actually, you know what? This set does look really nice on this. I'm not gonna lie, I had my doubts. I was like, I'm not sure how this is gonna look. For some reason, I really thought this was gonna look a little bit funky. What's my favorite board for top mount? Ooh. Suse is really good. I think Suse might be like up there for me. But I think I've done a few boards where I'm like, this is peak top mount. So, I think this has a row, like a row 5 instead of a row 4 at the bottom. What do content creators put keycaps on after assembling the PCB plate into the case? What do you mean by that? Do you mean like where do I put them? Let's have them in a box. Put them behind me. No different from anyone else, to be honest. That one there was really good, Ryan. I didn't have much time. Obviously that was a client build, so I didn't get like too much time at that board, but it was genuinely really nice. Why not put keycaps on before the PCB plate into the case? Oh, you're saying this? I don't know. I just like doing it this is the way I've always done it. I'm probably certain it's a little easier, but just the way I do it. How do you guys normally do it, by the way? Do you guys normally do keycaps first? Or sorry, do you put your keycaps on your PCB plate assembly outside of the case or in the case? How do you guys normally do it? In or out? I think I exclusively almost always do it inside the case. Like unless the PCB is super delicate. I think there's like a handful of things. Before putting the PCB in, totally fair. I don't know if there's like, I don't think there's like truly a negative of doing it this way here. Like unless you have to put like brute force into your keycaps. It's the only way. Easier to keycap after. It's all about easier screwing. I mean, that's very true too, Yoshi. It is kind of easier to assemble your board without the keycaps on. There's a bit of a height difference when it comes to that. So you are very, very correct. I usually use a hammer. You know, why? Oh my God, dude. What just happened? Why did my Lightroom just open? One sec, guys. Did I like accidentally click? Oh, I see. It's updating. Why did it update during my stream? God damn, bro. All right. Intruder alert. One second. Damn, these are tough to put on today. The red is so fucking bright in the camera. Oh, in this particular one? It's just the angle. This is a resin keycap, so the way the light is hitting it. Oh yeah, the way the light's hitting it from there makes it super bright. Oh, are you talking about this? Be very careful with the tab key. It's fragile. Have I even got the tab yet? Not yet. Ooh, not this one. Does this even come with the alternative? It does. My mom writes a lot, and I'm building her a mode loop for her Mac. Do mode boards work easily with Mac? Yeah, I mean, all you're really doing is changing some of the keybinds. I use all my boards, and I have a Mac computer now, so I use all my boards with Mac, and I have absolutely no problem. I would probably recommend buying a what's it called? Or not buying rather, but I guess buying, but choosing the non-WinKey or WinKeyless version, so just get a WinKey board. I find for Mac anyways, it's kind of ridiculous to use the non-WinKeyless versions. Or the WinKey, I don't even know what I'm saying. You want the WinKey in it. Sorry, my mind is straying into where the keycaps are. Are you guys WinKey users or WinKeyless users? This is the question of all time here. HHKB, that wasn't part of it. I like my boats without sails. Totally fair. I need F8, F5. I don't like missing teeth on my keyboard. Is that what you look at it as? That's crazy, dude. That is actually pretty funny too. That is pretty funny. My favorite board of 2024. Ooh. Can't remember. Was it Event Horizon this year or was it last year? I don't know why that's. My mind is not 100%. I'm so sorry, guys. When was Event Horizon? I'm so bad with dates. So bad with them. Technically December? Alright, so that doesn't count. I guess board of the year so far that's really captured my attention. What would the board this year that has really captured my attention? I thought Ori was last year too. Was Ori last year? The unused Bluetooth connection to my Mac. I honestly, dude, I tried that. I tried everything the other day because I don't like spending money on things that I don't need. And I don't need a new mouse, but this is driving me up the walls. I tried so many things. I mean, it does the same thing on my Windows computer too. If Ori was this year, it probably was the Ori that had to be like the most like used keyboard that I've had so far in this place. So probably the Ori. I would say next in line for boards that I'm like really happy with this year, Cloud9. So I'll just list some. I think Ori is number one, easily for me. Cloud9 has been great. Neo Ergo is fantastic. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing, guys. I let you know beforehand I might have to disappear for like 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes, okay? Then we'll do the typing test. Give me like 10 whole minutes, okay? Be right back, okay? Never mind. Don't need that much longer. Oh, all right, I'm back. Oh shit! What'd you guys do? I'm not muted. Would you guys plan this? Jesus, let me see. Did you guys plan mute it? Oh my god, poo! I didn't poo. I just had to do something really quick. I may have to disappear again for a few minutes, but like I said, I had something come up that I need to just take care of tonight. Just like basically paperwork stuff, but what am I looking for? What's his last keycap here? Pause. Still muted, shake my head. Something come up? Don't you mean something come up? What the? Guys, listen, I am not ashamed to let you guys know if I was to poo, all right? I'm not ashamed. But I didn't use the washroom. Why would I be? I always tell you guys when I use the washroom, okay? We're like this, like that, all right? Clean hands. Oh my god. I give up. Chappy, mute it. Oh my god, dude. Coffee hit a little too hard. I kind of want another coffee today, but it's 9 o'clock. Stairs still muted. Guys, listen, I can see the microphone go up and down, all right? Do it, coward. 9 o'clock coffee? Ugh, I don't know, man. That's too much, dude. That is gonna make me like pin messages crazy. Alex is pretty. God damn, that's crazy. Tolerating our antics. I love you guys. Sorry. I get it. I get it. All right. So these are the SKCM white switches. Check DM for solved maze. No way you solved it already. Oh, you did. Oh, is this? Oh, I guess that would be the enter, huh? Okay, that's really cool. I'll post that in Discord General. All right, so this is board number 1 that we're doing today. This is a client build. We'll do a, I guess not a prototype, but we'll do a, I don't know what to call it. We'll do the other board, which is actually something you can buy. So this one here you can't. Ooh, I like this spacebar a lot. Ooh. Okay. It doesn't sound any different when I do this, so. Oh, this spacebar is. This is actually, to me, I like this one a lot better than the SKCM brown switches or orange switches. I like this one here a lot more. Alps clickies are a vibe. Almost regret not using them in my NCR 80. Yeah, these are definitely a vibe. I really like this. Alps are hot. This spacebar is actually, I think, the biggest like attractive point of the sound profile here. Everything's really nice. Like, there's a lot of great quality to this, like great characteristics. But the spacebar has this like insane low end to it on top of having the same kind of sound profile as the alphas. So it's really nice. Yeah, and remember guys, not everyone's gonna like Alp switches. I think this is a very very niche thing. But man, this was a fun build, man. This was super fun. I am really into this. Maybe I'll rebuild my NCR 80. I'm glad we could have inspired you to do something, Gingy. Very nice. Gotta admit, this is a fun little project. So this is the other PCB we did. This was also Alps, so it's also 2 pin. They're both nice though. I wonder how it sounds with no desk pad. Let's see with no desk pad. I actually like it better with the desk pad. The other one, it was the opposite. You're literally just clicking a keyboard? Are you literally just clicking a keyboard? Yes. Literally. Resonant for this way for sure. Yeah, I would say this has a bit more of like that top end, but like that resonance and a little bit more of that bright noise, but this one here tames it a little bit. I appreciate it though. I definitely appreciate this build. I don't know if the owner of this board was in chat though. If they come back, I want to show them the way this turned out. So we're going to do a quick little sound test again of this. 100%. All right, now we'll move on to the other thing we're building. We will move on to our other build. And for this build, we are using one Nixie and MX Blacks. Of course. So let me pull up the page for this board again, if you guys don't mind, because I don't have everything crazy memorized. One second. Where's my... Oh my god, dude. I was like, why is my keyboard not working? I hit it. Okay. Oh. Sorry, someone texted me. All right, let's do the Pavlov. All right, so this one here, I don't think I put a link to this in chat for you guys, but here is this keyboard. Oh, I can't do this. All right. So this one here is going to be in stock as well. A bunch of the colors seem to have already sold out. Unfortunately, my favorite color of all this is sold out, which was the anodized silver bottom gray. Unfortunate, but it's a $200 keyboard. And I guess I'm a little... I don't even know when this dropped, to be honest. I think this came out just a few weeks ago, which is pretty crazy to me. So let's open this case up. I don't know if this will run again. It says limited. I'm assuming it won't. There's a lot of anodized purple, a lot of burgundy. Doesn't show the numbers for E-white. But if Cladney was not released, I would have bought the Pavlov and Jameson Mercury. Oh, that would have been a very sweet combination of things. I do like that purple. This was Jinji's Wet Dream. In what sense? 3 weeks ago? Oh, it was 3 weeks ago? Damn. I will admit, I need to pay more attention to when things drop in the Discord for KBD fans. Oh, Dana's just being sarcastic? Oh, okay. Other than that, I was actually mentioning this earlier, but I do think this keyboard here is very up my alley in terms of aesthetics. It features a top mount and then also the gasket mount. So this is pretty like, or is it gasket or top? Tad and tadpole rather, sorry. So I guess same thing. It's pretty on par with what you normally find with the KBD fans boards. So I believe this is only a hot swap. Again, pretty on par with everything you get. Pretty standard PCB. Nothing too crazy. Daughter board here. JSD connector 1.6 mil. Which I appreciate, right? We have the Geon tadpoles over here. Little accessory box full of goodies. Can appreciate the tadpoles. That means you can interchange them with other tadpoles you might have, or if you want to buy other ones. John making bank. And then we got a wide selection of plates, which you probably have to buy extra for that. All right. And there we go. This is why I think this keyboard's very me. So we're gonna notice a few things right off the get-go here. We'll spin it around. A few things. So first of all, thin side bezels, and it kind of protrudes outwards a little bit too. I don't know if you guys can totally notice that from the side, but I love the way it protrudes outwards. It is a very clean aesthetic, and this is what I said, it's very up my alley. Front height seems like it's pretty low. I have to double check the front height on this. But then you also have, which, I mean, this helps for a lot of reasons. Not only does this help make the front height a little thinner because it kind of creates some rigidity on the board, it allows you to kind of keep the assembly a bit low. My camera's freaking out. I apologize, guys. But these little ridges also affect sound profile. A lot of people actually say it's for the better. I don't have any proof to back that up, but plates are, oh, all the plates are included for the price pancake? Why does it show extras? Oh, I guess that's just foam kit. My bad. You get all the plates. That's pretty crazy for 200 bucks. So this is the black version of it. The bottom of the keyboard, I think, is where this becomes a little bit less visually interesting. It's a flat bottom with the weight. Obviously, that's going to help keep some of that cost down. Again, I saw this when I looked at the project like last week, and I was like, okay, it's still up my alley though, because you're never going to really look at the bottom. It does use adhesive feet, which I'm totally fine with. Has a small brass weight, which again is awesome to see. It's not really a weighty board, which is fine. Side profile wise, this is also very pretty. It's I mean, I don't even know what to call this. It's kind of your basic box on wedge, but not really. It's kind of a fun play on it all. It has that kind of hook that you might see on some of the more out there boards. And then the back of the board again. I think the back and the front look really nice with the angled sides over here. Very, very nice. 18.36 front height. That's crazy. And then I believe it's a 7-degree typing angle. Let me double check all the other stats for you guys. Comes with 60A hardness tadpoles. Again, you can always just buy more of those, and totally has different opportunities to sound different here. 1.64 kilograms after being built. I guess that would also depend on a few different variables there. And then, yeah, 7-degree typing angle. So pretty nice. Pretty nice. And the designer of this is Desk Daily. Kind of has the HHKB sides or whatever they call it. Yeah, I think it gives the board some stock to it. It looks cool. I love the side bezels on this. They're nice and thin. So again, this is very up my alley. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it and what you prefer in a keyboard, the screws are hidden screw design. And actually, to point this out, all right, not to kind of, again, beat a dead horse, but I do think the board loses visual interest when you hide the screws. It does make this a little bit cleaner, but I always feel like having screws on the bottom of a board, it just kind of adds to it a little bit. Like it adds some visual interest on the bottom. It's not the worst thing in the world, you know? It's not the worst thing in the world that they're here. I think there are some negatives, personally, from having them here, but that's just my own opinion. And to kind of reiterate some of those negatives, I'm sure, you know, people who view my stream a lot already know, you have to be a bit more careful when you're unscrewing these. If you lean the screwdriver forward, like if you're just kind of willy-nilly unscrewing these, you have a chance of scratching the ano of the case. These also become a bit of a pain when you're, disassembling it if you want to tinker with the board. So it's going to be a bit of a pain here. So yeah, I think adding screws definitely adds to a bit of industrial look. But again, this is very personal preference based. And we have to make sure that, actually, let's just leave this installed for now. Let's not open this up. We'll look at the insides later. Not that we haven't already looked at it. But yeah, very personal preference based. And then here are those tadpoles. They come in red, and we have just screws and a screwdriver there. I mean, it comes with foam too, I believe. Or I don't know if the foam kit's extra. Let me double check that. That comes with the foam kit. So pretty crazy. Pretty crazy little kit for 200 bucks. I think the only one that's more expensive is E-White. All right, let's open this up. What do you guys think? I really like how Rama did screws before they shit themselves. Why was that so funny? Why'd you have to word it like that? Oh my god, dude. Oh, jeez, dude. That is so funny. All right, give me like 1 minute, guys. I just have to go finalize one more thing, and then I pinky promise I'm done. A little frustrating. I'm sorry, guys. One moment. Give me like 5 minutes. Where is my Discord? Or not Discord. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother telling you guys I wasn't pooping. Jeez, dude. Got water? No, we're just dealing with something right now. We're in the midst of, unfortunately, dealing with a few issues. Nothing bad though. Pooping. You guys, digestive issues? Oh my god, have you turned on your AC yet? They actually have, believe it or not. But on the another note, they may have lost one of my packages. It's not the first time. No, nothing like that, though. Man took a fat Angel. What's up, dude? Consumed too much 205? Nothing like that. And there's the PCB in case you guys want to see the PCB for the Pavlov. Pretty basic, nothing too crazy. I don't know if this is possible at this point, but I don't really feel like I feel like this PCB doesn't really require anything too special. I would love to see if KBD fans and a few other brands, like I know they probably don't sell as well, but man, I do wish we had solderable options so that way there I can build the keyboard the way I want to with like certain other things. Obviously, I think that most people are probably going to end up using it in like a basic configuration, but like what if I want to use 7U? That would be my only gripe with this. I can't see a reason why you need to use, oh, maybe for the screws. Maybe you do need to use this, but would be nice to see PCB wasn't provided by KBD fans, designer's choice from a third party. That's unfortunate, Pancake. I feel like they might lose a few people from not having, you know, options. That's very unfortunate for the designer to pick that. Feels a bit restrictive. Obviously, it's their choice, but I think in the ideal world, when you're selling a product, you want to obviously, like with certain things like this, where it's, you know, it's really just up to the buyer. But that's why I'm a boop guy. The boop is amazing, man. I really like the boop. Man, what a disappointment on the PCB front. It's okay. We'll still see how this sounds and feels. Maybe it'll be a winner in every other regard. But this would have completely lost me. Yeah. Yeah, man. Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. The boop was a big winner, though. I really liked the boop. That was such a solid board. We're also going to be using some stabs. I've showed you guys these in the past, but these are... Oh my gosh. You're a winner? Let me see. Did they ever tell me what these are called? I don't think they ended up ever telling me. But these are from Type Plus. These will be available commercially soon. There's no name. No one told me any name for this. But they're a bit of a different stab. We've used these twice, I believe, in the past already. You can see the wires are a little bit different. And they hook in a little different too. But they're genuinely pretty good. Price point wise, they're not going to be super expensive either. I believe last time I spoke to them, they said they're going to be around $15. So this is not the packaging for them. This is just what they gave to me. And they come with a whole bunch of stuff in the package too, so. Yeah, this is Type Plus. So yeah, the Type K type thing. All right, so what do we got here? We need to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 6U. These have so many wires in the package. Jesus. They gave me like every wire possible. The hooker stabs? Is that what we ended up calling them? Yeah, it's a lot of wires they put in this box. Some different sized wires too, which is interesting. You def get the wires for your money. I don't know if all these wires come in it, but... Alex, how can you stream in 4K when others can't? I think the actual reasoning behind that, by the way, like if you guys want to know the real reason why I think 4K works here, is because it's based off category. Someone told me this, by the way, and I don't know if it's true. It's based off category. For some people, depending on where you stream, like category-wise, you can actually get away with streaming at different bit rates because no one else in the category is like maybe using a lot of bit rate or whatever it is. So it just really depends. How do you open this again? I always get, yeah, there we go. Because there's less people in the category. Yeah, someone told me that it's like a shared bit rate or something like that. And so what you're also saying too about not moving much is also true. It looks better on these type of streams because it's not, you're not, the image isn't changing super fast, you know? So there's definitely that side of things too. All right. Compliment for Soundtrack to Chaos. Soundtrack to Chaos. You're the soundtrack to my life. I hope you're having a great day today, and I love you very much, all right? Seriously, hopefully your day is going absolutely fantastic. I can see it good to share. Oh, really? When I move my hands? I should actually not do stuff off stream as much. I do that quite often. I'm a bad streamer. And I think with these ones here, you're pretty much able to use dielectric grease with these. I've definitely checked it, but... One second, guys. I'll stick to my 963p Apex streams. What is 963? 936 or 936 is what aspect ratio is that? Or what even is that resolution? Okay, let's just do with 205 on all these. I think that's the way I ended up preferring these, but you can use dielectric. I did a pretty thorough testing on these. Shit, I might need some more. I have a bit more. We're good, we're good. Also, I did another thing with these too. These are actually very easy to lube without actually disassembling anything, because the hole in the front here, you can just basically squeeze the lube in, but there's no hole in the back. So you can't really adjust them from the back, but you can adjust them from the front. Still very easy to mod. Alex, do you reject split spacebar builds? Nobody asks me for them, man. I think I've gotten like one ever. It's not that I don't want to do them, just nobody asks me for them. That's it, dude. But quite a unique stab, though. Very unique stab. I guess technically Gingy's right. Yeah, like, technically. Do you like fruity notes or nutty ones, Alex? I would love for you to try our local bean. I can say they're top tier. Great, I would be honored. Typically, I'm more into a chocolate or nut flavor kind of coffee. Like, I don't love fruit-based coffee. Like, if it's too strong, like, for example, I've had coffees where they're just, like, blueberry forward, and that's kind of all I can taste. I tend to feel like it always tastes, to me, more like a tea. I know some people are completely, they disagree. It just doesn't feel like a coffee. I feel like coffees are supposed to be a bit more chocolatey and rich. That's just my, I guess, viewpoint on it, but Alex, look up Filtered Soul from Phil's Coffee if you like chocolate flavors. We'll send you some. Oh my god, you guys are too kind. I'll have to take a look at that later. You guys should put those in Discord in the coffee chat. I always ask you for split spacebar, but you never do it. What do you mean, on prototype builds? The problem with doing it on a prototype, Adam, is then you really don't understand the sound profile of the spacebar, you know? You never know. Heard you're starting OnlyFans. Is this true? Drop the link. Huh? What are you talking about? Have you tried Voyager keyboard or Digma? I have not tried those. Don't play dumb with this, Alex. The Neo Ergo is technically a split spacebar. I mean, technically, yes. You're not wrong. Those are technically split spacebar keyboards. You are correct. If you start an OnlyFans and don't right away send me a DM link, I'm unsubbing. Tell you guys what, if that ever happens, I will send you all a link in the news channel immediately. Alex, if you would make, wait, what? 1 second. If you would take $10 million, wait, would you take $10 million if you had the daily dactyl manuform for the rest of your life? Yeah, I'd learn. The fuck? Adam, if the only thing I need to do is learn a new skill for $10 million, I would do that without hesitation. There's not a bone in my body that would be like, yeah, sure, I'm not going to take that because I don't want to learn a new thing. But you also lose all your limbs. Adam, that wasn't part of your initial question. That doesn't count. That was not part of the initial would you do this. Jeez. That's not fair, man. You said yes? Oh my god. There had to be a catch? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. What if you only use Glorious products for the rest of your life? I'd still do that. I don't think they'd ever send me them, but I'd still do that. Why not, dude? I'm pretty sure they hate me. Yes, okay, great, but I get to punch you? I know, that's what it felt like, dude. Isn't there always a catch with Adam? Yeah, you're not wrong. Now that I have 3 keeps at home, I need to start rotating them, I guess. Now, I almost read that as 3 kids at home, I need to start rotating them. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. But luckily, I took a second. That's why I laughed. He shipped my board with no limits anymore. I had to take a second. I was like, damn, dude, that's fucked up. Oh, man. 3 keeps, I have 11. Joke's on you, he sent me some instead. He shipped my board no limit anymore. You know, Adam, I can go back to the postal office and just see if they haven't actually shipped it out. You want me to do that? I could do that. Easy peasy. Yeah, pretty light coat of lube I'm just going to use on this. Nothing too crazy. Alex needs a break. He's losing it. No, I'm fine. Promise. I'm okay. I was hoping for a little bit of a lighter schedule this week, but it did not happen. But it's okay. I honestly, guys, I had a very relaxing weekend. I really feel like this weekend here I didn't do anything like too crazy. I actually did something with my dad. That was pretty fun. And then we also went to go watch what's it called? Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That was really fun to go watch too. I really enjoyed it. Oh, put this on the wrong way. Oh, there's like lefts and right with this. I always forget. Can you give me motivation to spend extra money on stabilizers to build my modern Dasher D60? You want inspiration to spend money? That's a tough one for me. I don't like enabling people like that. Truth be told, not even kidding you. I'm not good at that kind of stuff because I always feel guilty. I think it's a dangerous behavior to have. I still need to watch that movie. It was pretty good. Would you recommend going and watch it? I really enjoyed it, to be honest. I think it was a nice change of pace in some of the movies I've been watching. So I enjoyed it. The fact that you can spend less for cherry clip-ins. You could just buy cherry clip-ins. I don't know if that keyboard particularly needs cherry clip-ins, but... would you say the later half of the year is just as busy with new boards dropping? Honestly, can I say something? Usually it's the opposite. I've never had busy starts to the year. Like last year, I'm not even kidding you guys, the first few months of streaming, I would say all the way up to June, July, was a bit more tame. There was like a few cool keyboards that came out, but I was kind of struggling for content and just anything, you know. Like it was a tougher start to the year last year. This year has been a lot more busy, and I'm genuinely surprised. And I also feel like it's a lot of amazing people letting me do awesome commission builds. So that's, I would say, it's partially the reason why it's a little bit busier too. But it's a good thing. I mean, like, I'm never going to complain about it. I've had some people tell me that I should raise prices, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to continue charging the same amount I always do. But it's fun. Like, I'm genuinely enjoying it. It's nice to be busy. You have one less thing to stress about, I guess. But the problem is it's great for like the next, like, we're good for the next month or two. But sometimes what happens in what I do is, like, sometimes it just all disappears in like a month. Like everything just slows down because, you know, things are going on in real life and stuff like that. Is that a mounting point under the space bar? For this guy, I actually haven't looked at the plate yet, but I don't think there is one. Thanks for adding the Artisan on the horizon. My dopamine levels are skyrocketing. Anytime, dude. I'm glad that you are enjoying this stream because of it. It looks cool there. That was a good call. I must not be mistaken. What happened? What did I see? The profile's a little different, yeah. The entry key, though? Huh? What's wrong with the entry key? What is wrong with it? Looks beautiful. It's the perfect entry key for when you guys are writing up emails and you hate the person you're writing an email to. Luckily, I have to admit, man, that only happens like once in a blue moon for me these days. I'm very blessed for that. Very, very blessed. You never answered my question about the movie. Would you ask, Adam? I must have missed it. I apologize. If there were, yeah, I think there was. I wanted the D-Brand Enter Key for a while. It was on sale on NK, but I couldn't at the time. I mean, it's expensive. I don't expect people to like go crazy for this one here, but yeah, it's definitely a little pricey. It's a bit spendy. Bro, what is this music that's going on right now? It sounds hella sexy. I'm not gonna lie. It's our sexy time. All right, let's screw these guys in. Actually, was it the right bit? Do I need it? I do. Okay, perfect. If we get to finish a little early tonight, which I don't know how much longer this will be, I think I'm gonna watch a few episodes of Delicious in the Dungeon. I think I will make some popcorn, some healthy popcorn, no butter, because I have some skinny pop or whatever it's called. Just a little bit of salt. I like popcorn, it's good. Princess Mononoke I have seen, yes. You are screwing things? Oh god, I feel like I have to sneeze, but I don't know what's going on here. Also, I don't know why lately I feel like it's just been so humid. I heard you really like Attack on Titan. I'm good. Attack on Titan is not my favorite thing in the world. It drives me... There's certain things about Attack on Titan that drive me up the walls. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit, man. Ain't even going to lie about it, dude. I know it's a fan fave, but... Attack on Titan definitely has little bits and pieces. I have a question for you. Pancake, are you still in chat? I know you said this is not the PCB from KBD fans. I wish I had talked to I didn't check this. I like unboxing things with you guys, by the way. What are all these arrows pointing to? Like, what is this supposed to be? Is this for like some other project? Like, what are all these circles? I think they're standoffs for the plate. Why is there so many standoffs for the plate? No, there's not. Actually, it's not standoffs. No standoffs. There's nothing. I don't know. I was just screening. I'm like, I just noticed that. I think they're for other switch options they were going to offer with different PCBs they're working on. Interesting. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe the PCB was originally going to be a tray mount. I heard something about an EC PCB option. Interesting. Very, very interesting. They're saving money on material? Maybe. Alex, man, thanks for the great content. Keep it up. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I try my best. Some days, I'm not going to lie, some days I feel like I could do better. Some days I feel a little self-conscious about myself. I appreciate the love, guys. All I can hope for after I'm done these streams is someone enjoys them, at least one person. So, thank you, guys. Your best is awesome and your lows are fantastic. Thank you, 3D. Referring to your first moving out of your... Wait, was it hard referring to your first moving out of your parents' house, planning to move out soon? So keep in mind, I was a little older when I moved out. Like, I didn't find my way in life. So I feel like this, sorry to go too in-depth in this, and I don't mean to like overload you with information, but I feel like because I left later in life, I kind of already had some like, not idea per se, but like I had some, I had a really strong, not will, but I had a really strong want to kind of be on my own 2 feet, if that makes sense. So it wasn't necessarily difficult in that sense, but I mean, like, as with anybody, man, like, and I feel like this is, you know, people can call this what it is. You're gonna be sad. Like, obviously it depends on your relationship with your parents. And who knows, maybe it's not great right now. I usually think, though, now that, you know, I've seen it firsthand, I've seen it with friends, usually relationships kind of mend with some distance. But you're going to be sad. Like, there's going to be days you kind of just, you know, you wish things were back to what, you know, the easy stuff in life. I would say the biggest feeling that I get, that still to this day makes me feel like emotional, and even thinking about this makes me feel a bit emotional. You're going to have flashbacks of just waking up to your family. Fuck, I don't even know if I can say this. I feel like I'm going to get emotional. Anyways, you get flashbacks of that, and you're going to have days that you're going to really appreciate your independence, and you're going to have days that you're going to really want to be back. Sometimes they're going to be bad memories. Sometimes they're going to be good memories. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of times where you're like, fuck, I took that moment for granted. I should have treated, you know, my parents better here. Like, you're going to have those memories. And I think that's when it's going to hit you the hardest. It might not actually hit you the hardest the moment you move out. You might really enjoy your free time and your alone time and your independence for the first few months. It'll creep up to you very slowly. Because that's what happened to me, man. It crept up. And then suddenly there was like days where I'm like just miserable. I'm like, fuck, I just really want to go like call my mom or something. You know, like that's what happens. To me anyways. Obviously everyone's different. But I mean, I don't know if that helps you. I wasn't like, I was super pumped, bro. I was like, I get to like do things on my own. How old am I? I'm 33 this year. I am 33. Cool, we're done this. It's hard for me because I live with my mom and grandma, and they're old, and I feel so guilty leaving them. What if something happens? You're going to feel that no matter what, Gray. Let me tell you, fuck, I don't mean to make this like a feels bad stream, or just a feels stream. It's not feels bad. You're going to feel that. Like, my parents are also getting older, and I worry about them all the time. You know, but it's tough, man. Just call them. Call them every day. Guys, I'm getting like super emotional thinking about this. Just call them. Call them every day, you know. That's all I can recommend, man. I'm 45, called my mom after a hard work day last week. No shame about looking towards wisdom from support. Yeah. Those holes are for electrostatic capacitors. Oh, interesting. Okay, good to know. So this is for EC support for everyone watching the VOD or whatever. EC support. I got the opposite thing going on. Just turned 26 and had to move back with my parents. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. Again, everyone has different relationships with their parents too. Some people might have really bad relationships. Some people might have really good relationships. What I'm going to say, though, is regardless of parents or just anyone, you're going to have loved ones. And, blood is having someone who's, you know, a blood sibling or like a blood relative. Like, to me, I'm going to be honest, guys, I have a different viewpoint in life with things that have happened to me. Blood means nothing to me. It's how you treat people. I don't care if someone is, you know, my first whatever relationship to me. it's respect and how you treat people. That means more, like, that's what family means to me, and like being there for people through thick and thin. With those people that you really respect and stuff like that, those are the people you want to like just look out for, you know. I feel like there's probably a lot of younger people in here, and you know, what I can recommend to you guys is, even for if you have an older relative, an older parent, an older friend, call them. And this goes for anyone of any age, actually. Just call them, man. I call my parents, try to call my mom at least like once every other day. I try to call my brothers as much as I can too. You never know what's gonna happen, dude. That's kind of how I live, dude. You know, like, I try to even call friends that I haven't. Sometimes I get caught up, bro. I get caught up in doing things. I'll try to call friends. I'll try to like get in contact with people. I'm sure some people think I'm real fucking annoying, but you know what? I'd rather be a little bit annoying and just check up on people and see how people are doing, because I know that can mean a lot to someone, you know? And sometimes that gives you that extra mental boost to keep going for the day. I don't know what I'm going to use. I think today I'm going to use polycarbonate. Biggest wisdom moment I've ever heard from you? Thanks, Gabe. I appreciate you. Maintaining a close relationship with people close to you will always be a good thing, especially later on in life. Yeah. It's a tough one, though. I don't think I was the best person growing up. I think I had a chip on my shoulder for some stupid fucking reason. Not even sure why. Just angsty, you know? And I will tell you guys, if you guys are kind of in that boat too, it's not worth it. I think later on in my life, obviously I'm not old by any means. I hope so. But you kind of learn that things aren't that serious. I think I'm still learning that lesson every day. I think I'm a very serious person. Like, I take things to heart a lot. And I think growing now, things aren't that serious. Call people, you love them, type thing. Alex, thank you. Anytime. It's a long answer to that. I've always wanted to call people out of the blue like that, but I'm always worried they don't want to hear from me. I can guarantee you, Icy, they want to hear from you. You know, think about it like this, right? The way I try to also have my thought process is, well, I think I'm of the norm. Like, I think like my head works the same way as a lot of others. I would want to be called, like, sometimes, for example, I don't know if Angel's still here. Angel will randomly call me some days, and I randomly call him. It's a nice conversation. It's nice that, you know, it's nice. Like, you might not be free in that moment. Maybe you call them back in a few, but it's nice. Like, I enjoy it. I know other people, they might be busy, but sometimes even if they are, like, it's just nice to know that someone wants your attention in that moment, you know, wants to see how you're doing. Trust me, it's a toughie. It's a toughie to get past. Obviously, there's a little bit of social anxiety that goes into that too, but didn't really have angst, but I held apathy and nihilism as my vice growing up. Oh God, sorry, I have like burp. And it's not healthy to only rid yourself of negativity, but you need to chase positivity too. Yeah. I mean, dude, even with this like hobby, some people think I'm like overly positive about things, and like I should be like more angry and let my emotions show when I'm reviewing things, but like I'm not fucking gonna do that. I'm not 12. I don't need to yell at my problems like with a product. Obviously, there are days I get super frustrated and I might raise my voice a bit or something. I might have like a bit more emotion to things, but dude, I'm not gonna like lose my mind over things. I have one friend that prefers calling over messaging. I always get annoyed at first and have some anxiety picking up the call, but it always turned out to be a good conversation. I think anxiety and having a bit of like anxiousness there is sort of normal, honestly. I don't know. All I can tell you guys though, for everyone here, if you have a loved one, call them tonight. Or not tonight. Maybe not now. It's kind of late now. Call them first thing in the morning. See how they're doing. Could be a conversation about literally nothing. Just say, hey, love you. Talk to you later. Hope you're doing well. Have a good day. I'll call them at 1 a.m. I'm a horrible texter. I'm so bad at it, honestly. I hate texting. I fucking hate it. I like calling too. It's easier to tell what someone means. Because I always take things wrong, bro. Like, someone will say something sarcastic, and I don't understand sarcasm sometimes. Socializing in general is difficult. It can be. I used to be really bad at it. Now I'm decent. Sometimes I kick myself in the ass. Like, dude, sometimes, oh man, let me tell you guys. Someone, I've mad, like, dude, anyone who can just approach someone, by the way, is mad respect. Someone came up to me while I was out the other day, and, like, they recognized me, and I was like, I always get so pumped up, because it doesn't really happen that often, but someone's like, hey, are you Alex? I was like, fuck yeah, I am, dude. Who are you? And then they were just like, you know, talk. But one thing I always tend to like look back at those conversations, and at first I'm like, hell yeah, I communicated. I asked them about like what they were doing, but then I'm like, should I have done this? Should I have done that? And I think that's kind of like the whole, you know, that's kind of where things get a little loose, you know. Can't really think the should you have and should you haven't. What I'm trying to do now is I kind of go, okay, well, maybe I could improve in this little, maybe I should ask them this, or maybe I should cut that out entirely. I'm just happy I made that conversation. I'll try to do maybe a little bit more for next time. I'm not going to sit here and dwell on the thing that I can't change. End of story. I think that's way too much energy that I just don't want to put into something like that. Socializing one-on-one is tough for me, but I find if it's a group setting, I tend to do better. That's totally fair. One-on-one can be a bit nerve-wracking at times. One suggestion I can give you if you guys want, I don't know if anyone wants to hear this, but don't talk about yourself. Talk about them. Ask them questions. Ask non-stop questions, and you will be better at socializing. But don't forget, too, it's fine to talk about yourself sometimes. I know it's like, people think it's fucking taboo, but like, trust me. I think a lot of people want to hear stories. Obviously, there's limits to everything, but because the PCB bend on the desk when putting switches in, people have put that theory, Alcyon. It's a very common theory, but that's not true. Leave me alone. It's not my, you know, okay, let me put this to rest. It's not my microphone either. The microphone's actually very neutral. I've listened to playbacks I've had other people listen to playbacks of the microphone in my voice, and they said it's incredibly accurate. I think really what it comes down to is my room, the reverb in my room, the listening device in your headphones. I also lube and build my stuff a very particular way. So I think it just comes down to how I build things. Because I've had people tell me that, like, when they've gotten commission boards back, they're like, dude, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy different. I adore how you can be vulnerable in front of us. You've really accepted yourself and be a master of your own. I mean, dude, let me tell you. I am not embarrassed about things. Like, it's not worth, like, I just don't want to put that energy into it, you know? Like, I'd rather put my energy into like fun shit and just be happy with myself. It took a long time to get to this point though, bro. Like, I don't mean to make the whole situation, like the whole stream like this now, but like, how can I word this? You get to a certain point where it's not just that you don't care anymore. It's just you kind of realize there's more things to be like, there's different things to be anxious about. There's different things to be like, take care, Pancake. Love you, buddy. There's different things to be worried about. Like, dude, for example, the other day, my hair was so fucking greasy the other day, and I needed to go out and do something. I know a lot of people probably would have taken a shower first. Like, I just don't care. Like, if people are gonna sit there and stare at me on, like, for having whatever, like, I'm just trying to live my life, then that's not my prerogative. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, it's not things I give a shit about. And I think once I became comfortable in my own skin that way, like, still obviously I want to look respectable when I can, but if there's the odd occasion, I just stopped caring about those little small things. And, you know, I still put stock into a lot of things in my life. Like, I think I found the right haircut for me type thing. Obviously, everyone's different. But you just eventually stop caring about small things. Like, I don't care if people are looking at me on the street anymore. I think what I care about these days is dumb shit too. But like, for example, respect's a big thing for me. I don't know why this always lives in my brain. I hate that it does, and I'm trying to get better at it. But like, for example, when I'm walking down the street, and the streets, this is the sidewalk here, and you got two fucking people walking side by side, and there's nowhere to go, and I'm standing pure by my fucking self. You know what I hate? The lack of respect that I have to basically Spider-Man myself against the wall so they can walk without, you know, raising their heads because they're too busy in their own world. I get it. They're living their own life. They're doing their own thing. But it'd be nice to have that mutual respect of people moving just a little bit to the side, you know, so we can all fucking fit on the sidewalk. That's the thing that lives in my brain, you know? That's the type of shit that lives in my brain now. I agree with you, Minda. 100% agree with you. 100%, dude. All right, let's screw in these things here. This is a hotspot PCB, so I don't really got to do much to this. But again, quick little update on this. Love the internals of this. Love the external. Maybe don't love the hidden screw design, but it's fine. Love tadpoles. It does have some options for the tadpoles here. It looks like we can do a whole bunch of things with it, which is interesting. Don't love the fixed layout for the hotspot PCB. Would have liked a few options. This is the right way. Yeah, if I had kids, I'd teach them. Show some respect for people outside. Pay attention to the world around you. You know? Show some respect in that sense. Let's put feet on this first. And then people who are bike on the sidewalk at max speed. Dude, I only have one story about that ever, but like, I remember I was just walking with like, just headphones on. And some guy on a bicycle got so mad at me. And he was ringing his little bell on his bike. And he's like, come on, move, move. Like, I need to bike. And I was so like, I was like, okay, let me just move out of this guy's way, I guess. Like, so stupid that I had, like, and then I remembered, wait, there's a bike lane on the street. They just decided that the bike lane was not good enough. The bike lane that I feel like people who bicycle fought for was no longer good enough. So, funny though. Funny how that works. Too chicken for the bike lane? Too chicken for the bike lane, dude. Alright, let's unscrew this. If you get stressed out caring about small things you can't control, just indulge it. That's what I've been doing though lately still. Like, I think I've been doing that a lot more recently. That was just more of an example about the people on the sidewalk. I've been trying my absolute best to like just not care. Like, I've just been trying to let things go more. Like, it's just small inconveniences, I guess. Because I have to be grateful that if my life is in a good spot enough that small inconveniences are the things living rent-free in my head, I think I'm okay. Like, I think we're in a decent spot, you know? Obviously, there's other issues that pop up. You tackle those. Those are the things you actually let live in your head rent-free. But God, dude, screws are tight in there. People who complain about younger generations and blame everything on the 20-year-olds call them millennials. What happened, Wingy? Kind of confused by that, I'm not gonna lie. What are our predictions on this board? Do you think it'll sound good? It's a very nice internal for this. I think this will actually sound pretty decent. That's my guess for this. I think we're gonna have good luck with this. I actually do think we'll have decent luck. All right, daughter board. Let's put you inside here. So pretty simple build. Again, for 200 bucks, it actually has some like premium specifics about it. Like I can't imagine this was super cheap to CNC and we get a weight on this. So pretty nice. I appreciate everything about the board so far. Thin bezels. The only thing really holding this back right now is that PCB. That is really the only thing that's like not 100 about this board. Maybe the hidden screw design, but I feel like that's up to preference, truly. Some objective negatives with that, but I'm not gonna sit here and like lose sleep over it. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Oh, no worries, no worries. I almost dropped my phone the other day. Oh, we need to put the tadpoles on first. Let's do that first, before I get too carried away. I think it'll be easier to do it now rather than later. Oh, right here. So these are 60A. Keycaps first? Oh, hell no. So is the expectation to put all the tadpoles on, like double tadpole it? Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. All right, let's put these on. See you later, Platey. Have a good night. Let's put this one here on first. Not gonna lie, I kind of suck at putting tadpoles on. I always think tadpoles are a smidge difficult. Yeah, I get the feeling of that too, Dirty. I think that you can probably tune this the way you want by putting different placements of tadpoles, which I kind of appreciate. One thing about me is I can cut people off in my life if they do not help me by the growth, but I try to fix everything first before cutting them off. Yeah, I feel like that, honestly, I feel like that's a pretty normal reaction to things. Like, I do the same thing. Like, I'll try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'll try to, like, you know, push people in the right direction, but there are certain people that just, they're anchors, right? They're going to drag everyone down with them. Dude, what is going on with this one tadpole? The Zinhais, what do you think of those? My honest opinion about the Zinhais is I think they're extremely clacky. Like, they're extremely bright sounding switches. They're a smidge thin. They might not be for absolutely everybody. So it really depends. It varies. Too bright and thin for me also. Yeah, some people absolutely love them though. Like, I've had some people tell me that it's like their absolute favorite switch. Like, bar none, nothing else even comes close. The tolerance on the plate for these little tadpoles, it's not the tadpoles themselves, but oops. Actually, oh, it's not 2. I see how they did this. Because this is top end tadpole. I see what they did here. So they have different mounting points for both the top mount and the tadpoles. Ah, I thought maybe you can double use these. PCs? Well, I was assuming, my assumption was that you can probably just move the tadpoles to where you want them to be. But it does look like they're just a smidge different. If you guys see the hole diameter. Actually, maybe not a great way to show you guys. It's a smidge different. So there's ones that belong to the top mount and one that belongs to the tadpole. Huh. I actually think it would have been a really cool idea if they somehow managed to have these all interchangeable. But you know what? I'm not mad at that still. It's very slight, yeah. Okay, interesting. I have a feeling we're probably going to like this more in top mount config, but you never know. People out here considering different which flavor of modern Switch. I'm trying to track down cursed MX clones from the 90s. It sounds like too much work, to be honest. More power to you, Gingy. But I feel like that's too much work for poor little old me. Let's see, is this a good hidden screw design? It's good enough. Doesn't make you trim down some of the switches. I heard these Gateron guys are cherry clones. They might be. Alright, so I don't know, I have a good feeling about the way this is going to sound. I have a really good feeling. Although, I don't... Yeah, actually, I have a good feeling. Hydrate? Give me 1 second. I'm almost out of water, actually. What keycap set should we use for this? Here to juice the streamer's throat, huh? Shashin or Noir? Shashin would look pretty cool in this. By the way, thank you guys for all the follows today. Thank you guys for the hydrates, for just chilling with me. Thanks for the subs. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. Always do. Always, always. In the Event Horizon, there's Hyperglides, believe it or not. Ooh, I think this is going to be quite nice. Do you have an alternate Miklon set? No, but I'm kind of down to put Miklon on this. I'm like very down to use Miklon. Are you guys okay if I use Miklon today? I know he sort of used it like what, 2 weeks ago? But I think Miklon would look super cool on this. Miklon's cool? Yeah, I'm down. Reach. Hyperglides, what'd you do with the real Alex? Hyperglides, when you don't break them in, are actually okay. And you have to lube them. To me, I have to lube them a certain way to like them. Don't judge me. I also got to admit, I'm gonna pump up these stabilizers a little bit. These stabilizers take very little amount of lube, and if they get this in their target price point for what they want to sell them for, I think these stabilizers will be a good little pickup. I don't know the name of the stabs though, guys, so don't ask me. They sent me a few sets a little while ago to take a look at. They're letting me keep the stabs just to take a look at them, but I've used them in a few boards now, and I'm pretty confident with them. I think these and the Night Stabs are some of the better releases of stabilizers recently. The hooker stabs, whatever you guys want to call them. Is this going to have a bit of an empty sound? Let's put the keycaps on first before we judge. I wonder. Yeah, it sounded a bit hollow, but you know, I gotta admit, some of the best keyboards I've ever done, Wingy. Can't judge a book by its cover type thing. Some of the best boards I've done start off without keycaps, like they sounds a little weak, and then you put the keycaps on and suddenly it's a whole new board. So I don't want to jump the gun here on judging this quite yet, but I think it's fun to kind of see how the keyboard sounds as you put keycaps on. As empty as my dog's head? God damn! Alright, let's put some keycaps on this. I'm really digging this set. Dude, this set is absolutely dope. It is such a nice set. They really should do another run of this or something. Or something, dude. The Hebe cap. Like, look at that. Look how hollow this sounds. But I guarantee you, once we put a few more caps on, this will be ballin'. Alex, in your thermal, did you put gaskets on both the top and the bottom? It's been a little while since I've opened up case up. Pretty positive I just put it on the bottom. It's whatever Wilba had recommended at the time. Ooh, this might sound really good. Pretty positive just the bottom though. We can always force break it, get my unwiped tape ready. Oh, by the way, did the replacement come in okay? I forgot to ask you about that. Little story time, guys. For some reason, I think I've already told you guys this. For some weird reason, I didn't realize, no one really sends me tape. So like, I don't know, I just didn't know where the hell it came from. So I think when I was packing poor Ryan Dolce's order, I didn't realize he sent me like a small roll of unwiped tape, and I just like put it to the side. I'm like, I don't know who's tape. Like I just totally forgot. I'm like, I don't know who sent me tape, because like no one really sends me tape, and I didn't realize it was poor Ryan's. So I ended up ordering him a whole fresh roll of tape. I was like, it's probably cheaper for me to order you a fresh roll than it is to ship you this back. So, but I noticed it. Was it like immediately almost? I can't remember. I think it was immediately. I think I brought it to the post office, went home, and I'm like, this looks like I shouldn't be here. So then I messaged him. I'm like, did you send me tape? He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, oh shit. What's up, Fancy? How you doing? Almost there, guys. Almost there. I saw you were an enjoyer of the deep field keycap set. I think you should keep yourself safe. Wait, you should keep yourself safe. A lot of FOMO projects out there nowadays. Huh? I'm really not sure what that's supposed to mean, but I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I don't really understand what you're saying. I'm banning you because that rubbed me the fucking wrong way, bro. That was pretty crazy. Scratch his beard. Considering, and I got nothing to say actually. Considering your chat log, I don't think you're the right fit here. What am I looking for here? That 100% rubbed me the wrong way. Type of person though that their thought process is what they like should be sold and nothing else matters, and they will shove their opinion down their throat at any given time always. That is that thought process right there. Very childish. You should be very ashamed. Looking for Y, and then what am I looking for here? H. Dude, I really need to organize these. Good for you, Alex. Keep those type of people out of your community. Yeah, that's not right, bro. Pretty crazy. Caps lock. Again, I do wish this. I do think that this would have been really nice if it had some options, because step caps would have been really cool here. But I actually don't know where caps lock is. This is regular caps. Let's look and figure out what they meant. I'm not gonna bother telling you guys. It's not important. Just someone very, very much attempting to be an edgelord with very stark opinions, thinking they're the saviors of the hobby. When in reality, they're not. They're not doing anyone any favors at all. XX. Bro, I should really organize this. This is so bad. It's there? Oh my god, dude. Please. I think we're gonna put this here. Beside the 8 key? Where's the 8 key? Dude, I kind of want to put this one here on somewhere, but... Where's the 8 key? What am I looking for again? The VX, right? Let's function. It's right there. Guys, it's not helpful. Oh. X, and then I need to find caps lock. That I'm actually... Is this it here? Yes. Okay. And then we need page up and page down. But I think we use some of the cool pieces here. I think we use some of these guys. Alrighty. That beside the 8, I don't lie. That wasn't beside the 8 key. That was very far from it. Okay. Alrighty. It looks really good with Miquelon, as per usual. Now, let's see how this sounds like. Obviously, this suede desk pad really doesn't do this thing any justice. It's actually not the greatest for typing one. So I will use the cork desk pad. I have a feeling this is going to sound really great. So this is going to be the Pavlov 65 with a polycarbonate plate with the Geon tadpoles. Comes in at $200, pretty respectable. A lot of interesting internals. The two things I don't really love about this, I don't really love the hidden screw design, and I'm not a big fan of the very fixed PCB here for the hot swap. Hold on, you guys don't like it hanging off. Hold on, I'll move some stuff out of the way for you guys, okay? Hold on 1 second. Please. There. Do I like this? And then if we do no desk pad, oh, there's a lot of, what's it called? There's a lot of resonance with no desk pad. It does sound very different with a desk pad on it. Still a little bit of resonance. It's not bad. If we do force break this, that will probably help a lot. It's not a bad overall sound signature, to be honest. But let's do this. Let's force break it. Let us force break it. Actually, let me do something really quick. 1 second. I'm gonna actually do. If you guys give me like 5 minutes to do something quick. Twitch channel. How do I do this again? So nice. Who did that? Exodus, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. That means a lot, man. Hope you're having a good day yourself, dude. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm just sending someone a screenshot of this person because they're from their community, so I'm not waiting until afterwards. Yeah, right. Did you finish the Caerdroia? I did. We did 9,009 for that. Oh, we're taking this off. That's what I'm doing here. Get him, Alex? That entry key was personal? Nah, man. You know what? Like, we don't need fucking people like that. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Just decided to get a new keyboard, but I can't decide on which one I should get. We'll choose Melgeek Mojo 68 Neon. I'm not the biggest fan of Melgeek as a brand. I've heard a lot of mixed stories, and I've never heard of the other one, so I don't know how you guys feel about Melgeek. I've just heard a lot of like very mixed things. Well, I think we force break this, and I think we also try top mount on this. I think we do both here. I've heard some great things about you. Thanks, man. The Mojo 68 is a solid board. I don't know. Again, I've never used one personally, but all right, I think we tried top mount on this, personally. Gotta head out. Take care. Nice seeing you, dude. And thanks so much for being here. All right, let's do top mount. And then, how easy is this gonna be to force break? Overall though, like, without doing anything just with the gaskets, this isn't bad. You know, I think with a little bit of extra foam, maybe you can get a more fuller sound signature. I think maybe you will probably have to force break this, but honestly, I don't mind this board at all. I think what probably will hold this back a little bit is gonna be the hot swap PCB only having one very fixed layout. But honestly, not bad, dude. This is really not a bad option for someone looking for a pretty solid 65. With a lot of different things in the case. Like, getting all those plates is pretty fantastic, to be honest. I'm gonna drop some stuff to the side. Sorry, guys. The bottom piece internals reminds me of the Glare 65. Yeah, you can tell they've maybe really done their research and figured out, like, okay, well, how do we get this kind of stepped internal case to kind of save either on some room and have a lower front height? Because having an 18, it's about, what, 18.6 front height? It's pretty respectable, dude. That's a pretty respectable front height. How does this work? So, Love where they did the cuts for where the stabs are. Oh, right here too? Yeah, I mean, that's very thoughtful. Can definitely tell. This wasn't just slopped together. What's up, Abel? How you doing, dude? I think the weirdest keyboard I've ever tried so far is the Holy 60. Yeah, the Holy 60 is, it's kind of a fun project, though. Pass my G2? Hell yeah, dude. That's big news. Congratulations, Abel. It's Holy for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that keyboard, it's really an acquired taste. Thank you for your opinion, though, Alex. For which one, David? What was my opinion? I totally blanking. Sorry, I'm having a weird night. Biblically accurate keyboard. Metal Geek and other brands? Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard weird things about Metal Geek. I can't say that I fully love the things that I've heard. Like, they're not great things, but I wouldn't have like an issue if you picked that up personally. I wouldn't say it's like you're gonna get ripped off and scammed. It's mostly customer support being pretty bad. So that's as much as I've heard. What do I want to use here for this? I'm trying to figure out what stickers I want to use to do this. We'll just use these. Let's cut these in half. Yes, we're using Michelin today. We are indeed. And I'm just going to quickly force break this. We don't need a whole lot of stickers for this. There was a bit of a ping, and I'm not sure if it was caused by the case, but we're going to learn. Hi, Megan. How you doing? All right. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's gonna sound a lot better like this. How are you liking that ARC 60? I'm hoping Megan really likes the ARC 60. Oh, screw fell off. Hoping a lot, to be honest. Do you have any keys on Lumen keyboards? Lumen keyboards are absolutely fantastic for the price. Absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend Lumen key stuff enough. I genuinely think that they're one of the nicer sounding boards in that price range. A little bit more so than even the what's it called? QK series of boards. I definitely just slightly prefer them. Oh, where'd my last screw go? Here it is. I've got some not great news, honestly. Going to be a long week for me? Oh no. I hope whatever it is just temporary. I slightly prefer you, Alex. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Remember when we used to be friends? Oh, this does sound a lot nicer now. All right, let's see what this sounds like, guys. Top mount polycarb, cherry switches. That does sound a lot nicer. All roads lead back to top mount cherry switch. Uniformity of sound, like all the mods sound pretty damn good. A little bit of ping in this area. On the right side, there's a smidge of ping. Yeah, for $200, if this was your preferred layout, honestly, the aesthetic of this board, very up my alley. The front height, awesome. Thin bezels on the side. It's a very, very, very strong contender for a good keyboard, honestly. Like, I'm here for it. Again, if the designers end up ever watching this, though, please give us some options on that PCB. There's going to be a lot of people who are probably not going to buy this simply because the options on the PCB are very limited. I mean, I will say this once, and I hope this resonates with some designers who might not even be associated with this project. It's a customizable hobby, and when you kind of take away some of the customizable aspects, it kind of takes away from the product. From my standpoint anyways, like from my, overall viewpoint of how I view this hobby. Again, maybe their viewpoint, maybe someone else's viewpoint might be different, but for me, it'd be nice if we had options with our purchases. I'm very big into options with purchases. It's why I made a big stink about the whole flex cut PCBs with Owl Labs. It's why I'll kind of put my foot down with this too a little bit and be like, you know what, I do think this needs that, but I'm not mad at the board though. The board does sound great. They have some great ideas, like not ideas, but like some great implementations rather. So I feel like some of this stuff's been kind of done before. Overall, fantastic. Few things need to be swapped though. Yeah, I feel like the basics I think most people would probably want is the ability to kind of pick and choose space bars, step caps lock, maybe ISO for people who want that, because I feel like that's still an important option to have. Hell, even a split backspace would be kind of nice, so thank you, Silent. I appreciate you, dude. Terra Drive? What's that? Can this fit any other PCB? Maybe not. It has certain half circles around where the screw points are, so maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. It just needs a few more options. Like obviously this also I would have loved to see a few options with the Event Horizon just to kind of do a comparable. But I feel like this at least give us the space bars, sending you a message about what's going on. Okay, sounds good, Megan. Let's see this. GMK Terra Drive. Oh, this would look good on this too, yeah. This is a nice set, actually. Damn. In stock. When did this run? I have never heard of this set. That is crazy. That is crazy to me. It's been a while. Has it? Oh, shit. Terra Drive is nice. All right, though, guys. Pretty much the stream today. We're going to be back online tomorrow. And then I guess that's it's going to be a pretty busy week of keyboards, as per the usual. So the keyboards we have going today are gonna be, or I guess this week. By the way, the Encore got switched to Saturday. Iron Alice tomorrow, W70 prototype, which I'm very excited for. Hope 75, and then the Mode Encore this week. So it's a pretty packed week. I think Apex is, wait, I think it's on Apex in stock? Yeah, it seemed to be in a few places in stock. All right, guys, I'm going to go take off and I'm going to go rest a bit. Thank you guys so much for being here. Always appreciate you guys. Abel, I know. Happy to see you for 10 minutes even though, man. I'll see you guys later. I am just going to stop streaming. I am, I don't know, I'm a little turned off with something that just happened. So I'm just going to stop streaming. I'm not going to rate anyone. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone, and take care. Peace out, everybody. Love you guys very, very much. Bye-bye, everyone.